no-shows.
You fucked up.
Yeah, I'll go for your phone.
You fucked up.
And your phone full of hoes.
You fucked up.
Try test tape, no.
You fucked up.
Cop on no-shows.
You fucked up.
Yeah, I'll go for your phone.
You fucked up.
And your phone full of hoes.
You fucked up.
Try test tape, no.
You fucked up.
Run the track.
Yes, guys. Yes, people. We are back. Another live stream, another video. Still no transfers in. Still only have one transfer out, that one being N'Golo Kante. But there is plenty to get into in today's stream, as always. Arsenal are definitely in for Kai Havertz, but apparently it's 70 million that's put on his head. 70 million base fee or with bonuses, because again, they never really defined that one for you. We're going to delve into that. The whole Mason Mount and Conor Gallagher situation, we're going to delve into that. Are midfielders being priced out of moves? We're going to discuss that. And I'm sure we're going to talk about that with the panel as well. Kovacic has agreed personal terms with Man City. Chelsea have informed Brighton that they will match any bid from Arsenal for Moises Caicedo. And what else? Saudis want Lukaku. Interesting. I'll delve into that as well. Lautaro Martinez has interest from Real Madrid and Chelsea. You know what the narrative was for Havertz? Oh, Madrid want him, so he must be a quality player. We'll delve into that one as well. And I think that's it. Oh, Conor Gallagher. Yeah. Conor Gallagher. And Newcastle want him. We want 50 million. Again, is he being priced out? We will discuss all of it, though. Big up everybody that's locked in. Hit the like button. Subscribe. Hit the dislike button. And yeah, let's see what everybody's saying. I'm going to just breeze through a few of the comments because I don't want to be 10 minutes behind like I was yesterday. Big up RD saying sell Havertz for 20 to 30 million. No club is paying 52 million. Now, I'd say that, but there's so many clubs who sit there and we're in love with Kai Havertz. What a player Kai Havertz is. 52 million isn't the worst. It isn't the worst. And I'm going to say, as much as like 70 million for Havertz will probably frighten a lot of us and make us think, oh, we're not going to sell him. Read between the lines. Fabrizio literally reported 52 million. It was reported that Real Madrid don't want to pay 52 million plus bonuses for him. But today, the Havertz and Madrid thing isn't over. All this is just a negotiation stage. And I think that's what it's like for Arsenal too. Arsenal have not been told 70 million base fee or fuck off. They've probably been told the same thing Madrid were told. 52 million with bonuses, taking it to 70 million. And that's what's being made to make it look like Chelsea are pricing Kai Havertz out of a move. 52 million isn't that bad. You could argue the bonuses, whether or not they're deserved or not, but it's not the worst deal in the world. It's only the worst if you're like me and you don't want to see this player at Chelsea. You despise him. You think he's holding the club back and you just want him gone under any circumstances. But we aren't in charge of the financials, so we're not thinking of it from that perspective. Plus, it is still 9th of June. I'm not going to panic yet. I'm not getting to that point. I'll be real. I look at the price tags initially and I'm thinking, what the fuck? Man said 70 million for him, but read between the lines. It's most likely 52 million plus bonuses. Let me go through the rest of the comments as well. I just missed a couple of them. Big up Sean saying this isn't a fire sale at all. This is haggling at a local market. But again, 9th of June. This is the period where I feel like you can haggle if you want to. If this gets past another month or so and we haven't got rid of any of these players and it's becoming more and more of an emergency, then you're likely to see those price tags go down. Then they should be going down as well. But as of right now, shoot for the stars and see who else wants to go for that player. Because the idea with Havertz is that there's multiple clubs interested in him. Bayern Munich potentially have interest. Madrid obviously have interest. So do Arsenal. When it comes to Mason Mount, there is Arsenal, Liverpool, Bayern, United, Gallagher, Liverpool, Newcastle, Dortmund. There's clubs of interest. See who comes close to valuation. Even the thing with 50 million for Gallagher, I heard that. I started coughing blood at my gym. But then you deep it. Everton already offered 45 million for him in January. If this is a case of 40 plus bonuses or 45 plus bonuses, it again isn't as bad as it sounds. But we have to see who even wants to come near that first. Big up to everybody that's in here, though. Let me know what you guys are saying, though. Hit the like button, subscribe. Big up to Blue Lounge, my G. Hope you're doing well. If you want a link to any of these streams, man, let me know, bro, because we haven't had you on here before. Big up to Crypto saying I'm a clown. No. The clown is your Marge, but you can hold that. Fabrizio and Ornsi. Exactly, but everyone's saying, oh, it's done because it's collapsed and one person said it. No, it's not collapsed. They're looking at other options right now. Their main priority is Bellingham. Then they're going to bring in Kane. And then they're probably going to look at Havertz. If Kane even goes through or not. Newcastle directors have told Eddie Howe he only has 75 million to spend this summer. Yet they want Caicedo and Gallagher. X to doubt. Oh, well, that's probably going to be on them getting Caicedo because that just ain't happening if that's the case. Did you hear what Lawless said? What's Lawless said? Oh, yeah, shit, I'm live with Dan at 6 as well. Oh, that's going to be painful. That's going to be painful. Preseason ain't even come in the market as a side yet. Exactly. People are calm, but we're boosting other clubs. That's my biggest issue. Who are we boosting? Because Havertz isn't going to start at any of the clubs that are linked with him. All of them want him to be on the bench. Mount starts at Liverpool. That's about it. Gallagher don't start for any of them. So, like, who are we boosting? We're going to say City? I don't even think Kovacic starts for City. So, I don't think so. I don't think so. What else everyone's saying? I don't get why fans think we're just going to get rid of everyone for peanuts. Exactly, my brother. Right now, we're trying to get as much as we can for these players. There's a clear out, but there's a clear out at a price. It will become a lot more rushed if we get to the end of July or August and nothing's happened. Hell, probably if we just get to the end of July, because we're going to want the majority of this sorted by the time the season starts. So again, I wouldn't worry too much. I really wouldn't worry. I don't think Kane will go, as he was the main figure in Spurs' kit launch. Oh, bro. The kit launches don't mean shit. Van Persie was the main figure in Arsenal's kit launch. Then he went to United. We had two players as the cover star outside of the Chelsea megastore in 1920. First it was Eden Hazard, and then he left. Then it was David Luiz, and then he left too. Bale, main figure in the Spurs kit launch. Then he went to Madrid. It doesn't mean nothing, brother. It doesn't mean nothing. Doesn't mean a single thing. Like, we'll see what happens, but I feel like people are just frustrated because there's not been any sort of movement yet. There's been a lot of talks. There's been personal terms agreed. Havertz agreed personal terms of Madrid. Mount agreed personal terms of United. But that's the earliest stage in negotiations as well. The easiest thing you can do is get the personal terms agreed. Well, depends on the transfer. Some transfers is easier to get the personal terms agreed. Sometimes it's easier to get the transfer. But that shouldn't be the worry right now when the window hasn't even really opened. Like, we do have players coming in. Malo Gusto's going to come in. Andre Santos is coming in. And Cuckoo's coming in. It's not going to be a case of nobody just yet. Wait and see what happens to the Caicedo situation. We know Kovacic is leaving. Kante's gone. Hell, if anything, I don't think we're going to rush on selling Gallagher because we've already lost Kante and Kovacic is already going. We need to have a midfielder come in first before that happens. So we'll have to see what happens with Caicedo. But it was reported by Felix yesterday that Chelsea are going to match any bid that Arsenal are offering for Moises Caicedo. Let me just get that up on the screen for you. Where is it? There it is. Chelsea feel like Brighton want a bidding war as they haven't set a firm price. Chelsea don't want a bidding war, so they have simply said that they will match what Arsenal offer. That one's not even that bad. It's not even that bad for now. Can you allow Conor Gallagher to go less than 40 million? Well, Everton were offering 45. So I understand Chelsea not wanting to go lower than that. So, yeah. I'd keep that in mind. If you want both Caicedo and Arsenal offer 200k no bonuses while you guys do, he picks Arsenal anyway. But that's if. And this is the thing as well. This is why I'm not annoyed by reading this. This is fine by me personally. This is very similar to what we did for Mudryk. It just simplifies the deal down to two things. What does Caicedo prefer? And the structure of the payments. This could help us beat Arsenal if we offer something a lot more lucrative. Like, if the structure is more suited to what Brighton want than what Arsenal are offering, that could push us a bit further forward. If we're offering better wages, if we're offering better bonuses to not just Caicedo, but to Brighton as well, that can shift the bid in our favour too. This is what helped us in the Mudryk transfer back in January. So it is something that's worked before as well. Now, again, it all depends on a bunch of variables. Those are only just three. The Levi Colwill situation could be one as well, because I did see a report earlier on that too, saying, let me find it, saying that Brighton are still trying to push for Levi Colwill to be involved in the deal. Here it is. Brighton are keen on striking a deal with Chelsea for Moises Caicedo and would include them signing defender Levi Colwill, whom Chelsea have insisted is not for sale. I keep telling you people, as much as I don't necessarily want Colwill to go, they're going to keep pushing. They're going to keep pushing, and that's probably what's going to be the deciding factor. If we want to talk about something that's more appealing to Brighton, Levi Colwill going the other way is probably going to be a lot more appealing to them. So I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't want Colwill to go. I'm not trying to decide. I'm not trying to start off another Colwill debate. Oh, should we keep Colwill or should we not? Whatever happens, I'm fine. If Levi Colwill goes the other way and it takes a significant amount of money off the Caicedo move, fine. I don't mind. If we want to keep him, then you're going to have to look for another midfielder. And I'd start looking quickly because I feel like the only thing that's really going to swing this in our direction is if Colwill goes the other way. So let me know what you guys... In fact, I'm not going to ask questions. I'm just going to drop a poll. Would you guys be willing to sell, to give Colwill back for Caicedo? Colwill plus cash for Caicedo. Because to me, my thing is our defense is in its best shape compared to every other area of our team. That's not our most important side. You already know that. Midfield, we are losing fucking everybody. Everybody is going. And we need some quality in there. If giving away a quality defender means we get a quality midfielder, at the most, it's probably just a sideways step. I still think it's a bit more of a step forward. Because like our defense is still fine. We're going to be playing a back four. Fofana, Silva. Our biggest issue is the left backs. If we're being real. Big up to Jared saying, do you think we'll go in for Osimhen during the summer window? Or do you think we'll go for someone cheaper like Lautaro? I couldn't tell you, bro. Like, there's, again, a lot of variables. It depends on, do they let Osimhen go? What valuation do they have of him? Apparently, it went down to 120 million euros now. But Lautaro got 3 less goals than him in the league. So if we want to talk about, Osimhen's that clinical guy that we need, like, Lautaro's not really much worse, is he? I don't mind us getting either. But Osimhen's more an out-and-out striker, whereas Lautaro is more of a second striker. But he's a much better second striker than what we have. I'd also debatably say that Lautaro is a bit more well-rounded than Osimhen. I've heard a lot of varying things about Osimhen in terms of build-up play and everything. So, I don't know. I'm not going to be picky. I'd take either. But, yeah, we are linked with Lautaro Martinez. Apparently, Real Madrid are looking for him as well. Striker is among the primary targets for Chelsea. Martinez is high on their list, and Poch looks at him to be one of the best strikers in the world. Again, I'm not against Lautaro joining. I think he'd be a quality addition to the team. He can drop deep and press. He's got good dribbling, good link-up, hold-up play. I do feel he's a little bit streaky. Like, he'll go on a good run, then he'll go on a shit run. But he'll go on a good run after and then a shit run. But he averages 20 goals a season. I feel like that's the bare minimum you'd want from our striker. So he would be a good move for us. I wouldn't be against us going for Lautaro. He is literally just a much better Havertz. And I know people say, oh, we already have Havertz. The problem with Havertz is that he is Havertz. Martinez is better, in my opinion. There any other super chats? No, that was just the only one. Buyback clause lowers the valuation. Add a buyback clause and then give them a bit more money, and then you can protect yourself if a top 6 club comes in for him. Suits everybody. We will regret letting Colwill go. Find another way. Only if Colwill is literally going to be the next Van Dijk. I think he's going to be a quality defender, but I don't know where his ceiling is specifically. But then again, maybe I just haven't really watched enough Brighton. Lewis, if we have to sell Colwill to Brighton for Caicedo, he can go. We don't have time to develop and wait. Colwill's good enough now, to be honest. He is good enough now. This isn't Colwill's shit and we don't know where he's going to be in a couple years. No. It's just, I know where our defense is. I don't know what the fuck our midfield's looking like right now. And we need a quality partner for Enzo. To me, Caicedo is that guy. He is that guy. Yes, from wasn't Felix supposed to be a better Havertz, and look how that turned out. Footballers aren't linear though. Like, that's all contextual. The problem with João Felix was he was too selfish on the ball. He didn't have enough output. Who's to say you're going to have the same thing with Lautaro Martinez? Who's to say that? Felix was supposed to be a better Havertz. Felix came in and he was a better Havertz. Straight up. He was better over the 6 months. Even if the finishing was a bit iffy, he was still a much better football player. So I don't understand the argument. What other news topics do we have? Let me get into it. Over 500 you man in here, though. Big up everybody that's locked in. Hit the like button and subscribe. We did just touch on it, but earlier today, but just for anyone who hasn't seen it. Arsenal are thought to be following the developments with Kai Havertz situation. The problem is Chelsea's asking price, which is putting off potential bidders. 70 million, reports Matt Law. Again, I believe this is 52 million plus add-ons. I don't believe this is 70 million outright. If it is, maybe it's because they're an English rival and everything. But if Arsenal want him, they can fork up the cash. They can fork up the fucking cash. Money don't grow on trees. I think Arsenal need to know that. I would love it if he went there. This isn't one of those where it's like, oh, we shouldn't sell to a rival. We don't want him to succeed. I ain't worried. I ain't worried at all. That brother's going to go there, warm bench, do nothing, score a clutch goal or two, win nothing, and we can take our P's and run with it. I'm not worried if we lose him. Plus, the Havertz stands don't have far to go, at least. They won't have far to go at all. After we pay 85 million for Caicedo, fans will come and complain that we overspend for players. Well, they can fuck off because, they're just complaining for the sake of it. They're just complaining for the sake of it. Why is Justice beefing, man, in the comments? Relax, bro. Calma. What'll be your worst case scenario of the summer transfer market? We don't sell anybody. And then I'm stuck with Mountain Havertz stinking up the pitch for another season. Or God knows whatever the state of that midfield is going to be if we don't bring anyone in. We're going to have another season on the road to 40 points. And I don't ever want to be on that road again. I don't ever want to be on that road again. I said, why are you jealous with Kai? What's there to be jealous about? The only thing that's jealous is that, he's living my dream, but he's wasting it. That's it. I said, this isn't Chelsea. Kai at Arsenal. It's not just troops. Any gooner would be rattled. If I'm paying 52 million and Kai Havertz walks through the door, I'm going to be pissed. I'll be fuming. Yeah, but Lewis, Arsenal, Madrid want Kai. Doesn't that mean he's good? Yeah, apparently. That means he's amazing. Arsenal and Madrid want Kai Havertz so he can warm their benches. But we want him to start every single game, week in and week out. We should build the team around Kai Havertz. That's what we should do. We should be building the team around him because he's out of position. Even though everybody wants to sign Havertz so he can warm their bench and shoehorn him into any position where they have an injury. But hey, we should build the team around him, says half this fan base. Idiots, man. Idiots. Kai should move to Madrid, not Arsenal. Go either. I couldn't care less. Hanad, why do you care if he goes to Arsenal? Why do you care? He's going to do anything there anyway. Who is he benching? Somebody let me know who Kai Havertz is benching in that Arsenal squad. I will wait. What other comments was there? What other? Not even comments. Kai Havertz and Real Madrid status is not over as well, reports Mate Moretto, because it's not over yet. As much as people wanted to worry that the deal was collapsing, it's not collapsing. It's not done just yet. It's the 9th of June. Keep telling you people. It will get to July, get to mid-July. If we don't get there with anybody, maybe you can panic a little bit. Maybe you can panic a little bit. Okay, so I have waited a full minute for someone to tell me who Havertz benches at Arsenal. Nobody. So again, why are we worried about him going to Arsenal? Why are we worried? Nobody can tell me who he benches. Listen how you speak on players that play for the club. We are 12th, you virgin. We are 12th. Listen how you speak on players that play for the club. These players have had the worst season in Premier League history. What are you waffling about? People like you are the problem with this club. No, people like you who defend mids are the problem with this club. And if you don't like it, again, look at that X button on the top right-hand corner of your screen. Use it. Use it. Because I always see you here moaning. Why are you here? Why are you here watching a stream with somebody who pisses you off this much? Why don't you go outside? It's a nice sunny day. We've actually got summer weather for the first time in ages. Go outside. Go chat to a woman. Go to the pub with your mates. Go do something. Go play football. Go outside Mountain Havertz's house and ask for an autograph or something. What are you doing, bruv? What are you doing? I will tell you this. You see this? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 season tickets. I've spent 750 on each one of them. I travel home and away following this club. If I want to cuss out any of these brothers for being dog shit and embarrassing the name of my football club, I'm going to do it, mate. And if you don't like it, fuck you. Because I'm going to keep doing it anyway. Rant over, by the way. Sorry, guys. I had to just get that off my chest. But yeah, nobody's told me anyone who Havertz benches at Arsenal. Except Sean, who told me Havertz can't even bench 20 kg. So fair enough. So again, I don't care where he goes. I don't care where he goes. Just find me a club. Find me a club that's willing or dumb enough to pay that money and go. Because if that happens as well, by the way, everyone cussing out Bowley and Winstanley and all of that, suddenly they're geniuses. Suddenly they're geniuses. Again, it is the 9th of June. As much as I might not agree with price tags, I'm not going to panic just yet. Oh, we're not going to sell anybody. Oh, we're pricing everybody out. Ooh. Shut up, man. Chat to me in July. Chat to me in July. I can't be asked for it. Can't be asked for it. Anything else? Saudi clubs want Lukaku. Hurry up. The Saudis dream of Lukaku. I don't know why. I don't know why. Don't know why, but I'm not telling them anything either. Let's get our money back. Price him at 100 million, especially if he wins the Champions League. I know everyone's going to rage about that. Oh, we're pricing out Lukaku. For fuck's sakes, man. Hey, let's see what Saudi clubs are serious. Give him Megan Thee Stallion as part of the deal too. That could work. Why are you so... I'm not angry. He just always comes onto my streams and just moans. Like, why are you here to just moan and bitch and moan and bitch and moan and bitch? Like, nobody cares. Nobody cares. That's just it. That's just it. Big up to my G's in the comments, though. I know I'm not chatting complete shit because you lot back it. Big up, my guy. Exactly. Even the guy's name is Bad Vibes. I bring him up once on Said's channel and it nearly starts a fucking scrap. You got Premzy trying to get the guy's address and everything. Like, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I'm an idiot for thinking an attacker Mount, Havertz and Sterling could do bits at the start of the season. No. We're idiots for cussing them out because they're players that play for our football club. Hey, you know Lukaku is contracted to Chelsea, right? You know Lukaku's contracted to Chelsea, so we can't chat shit about Lukaku either. No more bad words about Lukaku. He is a baller, absolute best striker in the world. Haaland has pictures of Lukaku in his bedroom. Remember, you can't criticize Lukaku. He is a Chelsea player. How dare you chat shit about players that play for our football club and are contracted to our football club? Don't forget Bakayoko as well. Don't ever cuss him out. Don't ever cuss him out too. Don't forget that. Also, Hudson-Odoi is coming back. Hudson-Odoi is coming back in the summer. So no more Cho slander. No Aubameyang slander either. Don't you dare slander Aubameyang. No Gallagher slander. No Gallagher slander. He plays for our club. No Ziyech slander either. What a baller. Puts everything on the line for our football shirts every single day. Gotta love Hakim Ziyech. Remember, no more criticism of Chelsea players here. Only nice words, only kind words on this channel. Only kind words. If you had £1 for every hate message you get, how much would you have? Shit, I probably wouldn't have to ask for super chats anymore. I'll just say that. Yeah, Bobby, watch it. It was fucking crazy, man. It was fucking crazy. Oh yeah, even Malang Sarr. Don't criticize Malang Sarr. He's coming back too. No bad words about Malang Sarr. Hell, who needs Levi Colwill when we have Malang Sarr? I can't even say that with a straight face. Fuck that. Fuck that, man. Oh, I'm not serious. I ain't serious. Right, link's going out. Link's going out. Actually, let me not say that because we're crazy enough to try Malang Sarr as a fucking Colwill replacement. And I'm not here for that timeline. I'm really not here for that timeline. That's fucking crazy, man. Link's going out. Link is going out. Oh, Jesters, I just saw your message. Congratulations, brother. Congratulations. Let's go. Love to hear that, man. Not going to bring up on stream yet because I don't know if you want me to, but if you do, go for it, man. Happy for you guys and your family anyway. I want to guarantee I don't miss out your comment again. Hit the super chat bar, my guys. And yeah, nearly done sending the link out. Cool. I think that is everybody. Nearly. Big up to my guy, Pabajun. Nah, I can't pronounce your name, bro. I'm sorry. But thank you for the donation. I do really appreciate it. There was one more as well, I think. No, that was it. That was it. Big up, my guys. Again, don't say any bad words about Chelsea players, please. Like, it's very disrespectful. Very disrespectful. But what's you guys' thoughts on all the transfer news the last 24 hours?
These virgins need to maybe go out and talk to some women because they surely don't know anything about football. You cannot sit here and say, oh, we got to keep Colwill because you put a passing compilation together for a defender. Nobody's ever put a defensive compilation together for this guy. And I've watched him. He's okay defensively. He's young, and he gets beat because he's young. I don't care if he can pass the football. Defensive players defend first. They pass second. So you better be a better defender than Fofana, which he isn't. than Thiago Silva, which he isn't. Badiashile, he isn't. Koulibaly, he isn't. He passes the ball very well, great. But if he's getting beat, who cares if he can pass?
Get him, Scott.
Bro, the fact that you said he's not a better defender than Koulibaly, I know meaning this is agenda, and we can just move on because we know what it is. Call at that point. It's just.
I'm sorry, Koulibaly's been a top flight defender for how many years? And Colwill's played 16 games.
Hey, cool, I watched in the season. I watched in the season. He was our worst centre back. Let's move on because
no,
the
he
moment
wasn't.
you say
Chalobah was. So
no, he was our worst centre back. He was.
No, he wasn't.
He was our worst centre back.
Who's our worst centre back then?
Not picking a side, but you would define Koulibaly's whole career by one bad season and say that
that's so
Colwell's a better player than Koulibaly right now.
Yeah, that's insane to say, Scott. That's insane to say.
Come on, bro. I think we get too fucking hyperbolic. Like, we gotta chill, man. A kid who played 16 games. Come on, we gotta stop. He played 6. He wasn't, and he didn't even start right away in Brighton. There was times when he wasn't injured and he didn't start. So let's just I like the kid. I would love for us to keep him, but we're not doing this.
Do you know who else, by the way? Because I didn't realize it. Do you know who else, by the way, didn't start straight away? Only played 8 games for Brighton, and now people want to buy him for 90 mil.
What are you talking about?
This kid.
Caicedo.
I don't know.
Caicedo didn't start no 8 games this year.
No, last year he played 8 games.
Oh, but we're not talking about. You're projecting. You're projecting now.
No, I'm talking about
Caicedo's worth 90 million now.
This is cool and all, but neither did Caicedo. And then the next season he played a lot of games, and now he wants to buy him for 80 mil. Or 90 mil.
But he's there now. You're talking about him being better than Koulibaly now. He's not better than Koulibaly now. I'm sorry,
Scott's right.
Not.
Scott's right. We should wait 1 season and then sell Colwill for 90 million after he played next year for Brighton. Let's give him one full season, and then his price will go up to 90.
Because that's what always happens, you know.
Because center back is easy to find. DM is not.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
We're looking at a center back right now, 18 years old, left-footed.
Who?
I don't remember his name.
Senegalese kid.
Oh, okay. So you just happen to not remember his name.
Some Senegalese kid. Yeah.
We are, dude. I can remember everybody's name for everywhere. It's a true story. Us and Dortmund are in for him.
We have Humphreys already coming up.
Oh, stop.
Humphrey. So,
Bertram, I sent you the link as well again.
Get him, Rodrigo.
Big up Bertram. Rodrigo, I'm going to let you land. Just Bertram says you lot would have said the same thing about Reece James.
No, they would have done. And this is the point. They would have done the same thing.
But
you don't know because I didn't.
No. Because Reece James is different. We weren't trying to get anyone permanently from Wigan.
Yeah.
So it would have been the same.
No. His point is in terms of talking about Cole, and I get it because I've said this before. The majority of our fan base would have taken Husai over Reece James at the time. I guarantee it. Most of our fan base would have done.
But even then, it's a little bit different. Whereas you could have still been.
No, it's not. It's not different in the slightest. It's not different in the slightest. If we're just talking, forget the deal, because this is the 3rd or 4th fucking day we've had this debate about Cole. But if you just take the deal out of it, right? If you look at him as a player, we're talking about someone that has had more experience than Reece James did at the time when Reece James came in. Everyone was talking about how good Reece James was at the Championship. He played for a worse club that were in a worse position than the level Colwill played at in the Championship.
Position. We didn't have a right back, did we?
Exactly.
Yeah, we did. We had Asby.
Who? Oh! Okay.
No, but here's the thing, Scott.
I wonder if Chelsea was going to take the Desage over Asby at the time too, probably.
Asby was.
No. Here's the thing. Asby was coming off his worst season at Chelsea when James was coming in. 18-19 under Sarri.
It wasn't as bad as it is now. It was still to a decent level. It wasn't as bad.
No,
as
I hear that, but compared to the level Asby was at, it was clear that he had declined at that season. He actually came back well, to be fair, in 1920 before slowly starting to decline again, but he was not good that season. So I do think we would have pushed James a lot more.
Reece played most of his season at Wigan in the midfield anyway. So it's not like anybody was sitting here going like, wow, this guy at right back at Wigan is crushing it. It was like, no, this player is a Chelsea Cobham grad who's playing in the midfield, like kind of at center, playing all over at Wigan, is having a good year. So I don't think it's crazy to say like, yeah, Chelsea fans would have taken Hizaj at the time over Reece James at the time. Probably. Hizaj was a seasoned right back who played for Sarri and was at the time right back in the world of football. Reece James was a midfielder at Wigan that almost nobody had ever heard of. So I don't think that that's crazy to say like, oh, they would have done the same thing with Reece James. Like, no, completely different scenarios.
It's not different scenarios at all.
Yeah.
It is. And if you can't see that, I'm sorry, but it absolutely is completely different.
It's not a different scenario at all.
I'd say as well, like a lot of people are still
I
talking
think-
about Reece coming in as a right back, even though he was playing games at a DM there.
He played them both. He played right back and
Hello?
DM. So the point is, again, my whole point.
Did you say
for
he
all
played
of
right back and not DM at Wigan? Is that what you just said?
he played games at right back and DM. He played
Yeah, but
both.
Scott, do you know what's the problem?
My
First of all,
biggest
can you not-
point-
can you not
I'm
hear
getting
me?
this out.
The problem
I'm
is
getting
she's
this out.
speaking.
My biggest point about Colwill from the start, and has been my stance from the beginning, is give him a fucking chance. At the very least, I'm not asking
Chance
him
to
to
what?
be made. I'm not asking him to be made captain, start every single game next season, have a statue made for him, knighthood here, give him a knighthood. I'm asking for a chance.
Well, he's
Yeah, I
actually
think-
going to
Man,
protect-
he want a
Of the
chance to
other,
play
of the other
Monopoly.
centre backs, by the way, the other centre backs we've got as left centre backs. We've got someone who's currently injured. Don't forget Mbadishile. I think he will come good, but he's currently injured. We've got Koulibaly, who, yes, he can turn it around, but in his first season was shit. Was just plain shit. And we've got Thiago Silva, who a lot of people are wanting to stop playing as much, so that you can start to not rely on him as much. Those are the three options we've got at left centre back.
Who do we have in the midfield for DM?
Is Caicedo the only DM that we need, that we can get? Is he the only DM that's out there?
He's the best
He's the
one.
best option.
He's the best option.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, I'm with Scott here.
Yeah, no, he's definitely
I
not
would've
the
never
best
guessed
option.
that.
He's not the
He's definitely not
best
the best option. You can definitely look and find people, and also I don't
He's
think
the
it's the
best
sort-
option. Name the best option then.
I'm not a scout. Actually, no. If you want me to,
Okay, you ain't got
Shut the
nothing.
fuck
Hold on,
up.
hold on. You know what? I'll give you. Hold on. No. I do actually. I'll take Paulinho over him actually.
I have one.
Oh man, whatever,
God,
man.
these retards
Yeah, whatever.
don't-
I don't want to hear anything from you, Jimmy. You've never watched him. I don't care. But anyway, what I do
I've
want to
never
say.
watched Caicedo play.
No, Paul, you've never watched Paulinho play, so I don't want.
I've never watched Paulino play, so I've never watched Fulham play.
You haven't. I don't care. But at least not.
No. So I've never watched him play.
Here we
You
go.
haven't. No, at least not consistently. No, you haven't. So I don't want to hear it.
Okay.
Anyway,
Okay. All right.
What
okay,
I do want to say is I don't think it's the
Anything
smartest.
else you know about me that I don't know about? Anything else you want to tell me?
What I do want to say is it's probably not the smartest business move to constantly sell every single up and coming Cobham player. Because even if you did, hold on, even if you
Hey,
did
burn
say,
that motherfucker down.
just hold on.
What business you
Just
talking
let
about?
can I just get a sentence out?
Guys,
Well, it's a
just
stupid sentence, so no, please, fuck him.
Oh,
You
just
watched
stop
2
talking.
episodes of Shark Tank and now you know about business. Let's sit down, man.
Because even hold on, even if you do want to end up selling, or even some of them aren't even going to get into the first team, giving them a chance, at least for a year or whatever, can at least raise their price. This is pointless. This is pointless. This is pointless. Hold on. Even if the end goal is to sell these people, giving them a chance in the first team, at least a year, increases their transfer value. It increases their transfer value to the point where if you then yes it does.
No,
Yes,
it
it does.
doesn't.
Yes, it does.
Can I ask you a
No, it
question?
doesn't.
It
What if
does.
he flops next year?
Just talk. Please finish talking so we can.
What's it called? Because
Yeah,
the
let him finish.
because
You right.
most of these
do a scope. Just do a scope.
most of these players are on loan in the Championship or elsewhere. They get a chance at a Premier League team like Chelsea. They perform for a couple of years. It increases their transfer value. For example,
That's
Mark
not what you
Gahey,
just
Mark Gahey, we sold him for 16 million. Now people, there's
What?
transfer rumors of we sold him for 16 million.
That's not true. Quit lying.
And then now there's rumors. Now there's rumors of Arsenal signing him for 50 million. So I don't know what to tell you, man.
Yeah, you don't know what the hell. So you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Jesus Christ, man. So she can't. I know you like these guys and you bring people on to talk, but you can't have these guys just spouting off who know absolutely fuck all what they're talking about.
Stolen for 16 million.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it was around.
That even
it was around
correct. And there's a sell-on clause in his contract too. So we're gonna get paid again.
I mean,
Yeah, smash those likes,
of the
people.
common graduates that we've sold, how many have actually burned us? Like,
Yeah,
I'm trying
name
to-
one besides De Bruyne that the club regrets selling. Name one besides De Bruyne.
Zero. Couch. Not a fucking one
I
couch.
can't remember
None.
many, man.
Well, we might get burned by that one. I'm not gonna lie.
Christensen won leagues with us. Like he won. He won
AC
a
might be the
championship.
potential one. Yeah, we lost one. We lost one. We lost one with AC. He would have cost us nothing but a
We
big
lost a good
contract.
one.
Oh my gosh. Even though he used to get the shits.
Yeah, blame the team.
What my man called him,
Blame the team,
he called
baby.
him a
I
period
people are saying
paid merchant.
Musiala wanted to leave. It wasn't like we shipped him off. He wanted to leave. He wanted to go back to Germany. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
And the guy's already talking about, Carl's talking about, I want guaranteed play time. Fuck off. This is a meritocracy.
Now I have no issue with Caldwell except that. It's like, how the fuck you're 19 and you looking for time? Like, you're 19.
But
Like,
I
you just
expect
you
him
put
to
your
want
head down
time,
and you
though.
play.
But I
That's what
expect
you
him to
do.
want time, though.
I would
Like,
still
why
like
would
to
you?
know how
If
him
you have an
playing-
opportunity to play
Go ahead,
week
Captain.
in, week out at Brighton, why are you going to come back to Chelsea whole bench?
Exactly.
Like I have no problem with a guy saying, like, listen, if I want to, I want to be able to play. I want to develop as a player. So if he's saying that, then that to me says that he wants to move on because there's no guarantees at Chelsea.
That's what I'm saying. People acting like it's wrong that there's no guarantee here. I like that there's no fucking guarantee. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be no guarantee for anybody. Come earn your shit. Come earn it.
I just got a question though for the people that are against like selling, using our academy as, make weights for deals and whatnot. Like if it came down to, sorry, go ahead. You good?
Sorry. That was Andrew.
He's
That was
just
Andrew.
getting
My
words.
bad. Finish your
Yeah.
point.
If it came down to leaving our if it came down to leaving our midfield as it is right now or selling on one of these players, what do you value? Like I'm of the opinion that we need to like strengthen our midfield desperately, and we're basically selling from a position of strength because we have other defenders that we all value. So where's the line? Where do you tote the line? You want to keep everyone, you want to hoard everyone, you want to develop everyone, but where's the line?
With what you said, in its entirety, I agree with in a sense of because you said getting rid of one of these academy players, and this is the thing. When it comes to most of our academy, I have no problem getting rid of them. Whether it's Gallagher, whether it's Loftus-Cheek,
I mean, guys of value, though, right? We have to be valuable.
Even to a certain extent, there's like Chalobah, there's like other guys, right? For most of our academy, I have no issue with them going or being used as make weight or whatever. The one person is Colwill because he, for me, and people can disagree, I couldn't give a flying fuck. I think he is that next Reece James level talent where he'll reach that same level for me personally. So for me, I would not sell that, but especially for a guy that I don't think, I've said this before, I don't think Caicedo is a unique profile of player. And I think there are other options there. You've got Tonali, Palhinha. You've got, if you went out and looked elsewhere, there are other options.
What, 27, 28?
Palhinha's not as good as Caicedo neither. He's not as good as Caicedo, and he's like 6 years older. Come on, stop. We gotta stop.
And Scott, just a question. If you had your choice between Badiashile or Colwill, who you taking?
I would assume he would have to say Caldwell, or else this whole argument is like,
but you so all in, Scott. You might as well just say Caldwell.
Yeah, like it wouldn't be that. It would be silly to be that all in to say
Badiashile. No, I'm having a think.
Oh, fair enough.
What was the Badiashile injury? Was a hamstring, wasn't it?
It's a groin.
It's just a hamstring injury.
I don't know.
It's a groin injury. They said.
Oh, the problem I have with the Badiashile thing is he's been quality since he's come. The injury is the one thing that worries me because of how shit luck we've had with injuries. Like we've seen it with Fofana to a certain extent.
Front as well.
But it's one injury, like a young guy. One injury.
It's the worry I have, Jimmy, is just like I don't know how easy it may be for him to get injured again is the worry. Because, like, if we're talking they're fully fit, no injuries.
With that same logic, Caldwell was just injured for Brighton.
Yeah, he's
He
injured.
was just injured.
Yeah. You know the reason he missed preseason last season, Scott? He was injured.
He was injured.
Chelsea, yeah.
Yeah.
He was injured for us, and then he was injured again. So, but they're young. Like, they're gonna get these knocks and these little bangs. Like, these are not long-term injuries. I wouldn't take none of these injuries serious.
Yeah.
It's just injuries. Players get injured.
I'm with D-Real G. I'm the same. I wasn't overly over the moon about Badiashile, which is kind of why I have a little bit of trepidation about like the whole selling of Colwill at this point in time. But you know, everyone I've been speaking to online is telling me Badiashile's the real thing and this, that, and the other. So the reason why I posed that question is because if you value Badiashile and you value Colwill, you know that there's going to be a tipping point for one of them because they're not both going to play. So if you have an opportunity now to improve your midfield by using one as a mate weight, you have to take that opportunity. That's how I see it.
Couch, you haven't seen some of these Chelsea fans' predicted lineups? Colwill can play left back. We can just put him out there.
Yeah, okay.
And then it's not a problem for anybody. We just make him play left back.
And don't forget the way he could break the lines. He might could play left center too. He might could play left center.
He's such a good passer. This guy might be a 10 for us.
Yeah.
Just going to go through a few of these super chats quick. Big up CNAC saying selling Colwill plus money for Caicedo is like accepting 1 million for Facebook in 2005. Levi's potential to be great outweighs our need for Caicedo now, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Don't really agree with
this
shit on midfield, bro.
Yeah. Refund, bro. Refund.
CNAC also says if you all think Badiashile's potential is on par with Colwill's, then fair enough. I don't think so because Badiashile seems like he might be injured with a slight frame.
These people need to read a book.
Slight frame?
Badiashile is shaped like a fucking brick wall. What's slight frame?
Yeah, and Colwill's never been injured, right? He's never been injured.
But hold on, but when did Badiashile, in the terms of football, Badiashile has a slight frame?
He hasn't got any big injury record from what I've.
Badiashile is like
probably the biggest guy on the table.
He's not had a big injury record.
They don't have to say anything truthful. They just say stuff to prove a point.
He said Badiashile has a slight frame. What the fuck, bro?
Yeah, he's not shit. Yeah, he's had barely any.
No, he had a big injury.
No. 2022 wasn't a good year for him. I will say that 2022 wasn't.
One muscle injury usually begets other muscle injuries.
Yeah,
that's the way it works.
Hamstring injury in January out till March, muscle injury from July till August, 7 days out of a little tear, and that's it. That's it, actually. It's not that bad. Big up Adrian saying Lewis's panel is like those old school WWE Elimination Chamber matches. I'm here for the carnage. You couldn't script this shit. Never a dull stream. This is why I always say, wherever this channel grows, big up to all the panelists because you guys are a part of it as well. These streams are fucking carnage. And I can't lie, I love it. Love it. Big up to all you, man, as well. And all the panelists that aren't in here. Alex, I see you as well, bro. So big up to you, man. And Blue Hope says, offers Santos on loan plus cash.
They don't want They want Colwill.
They're not going to accept that, bro. Not going to accept that. If that was the case, just give him Gallagher.
They don't want that. Nobody wants Gallagher.
So you lot think the only way we can get Caicedo is by literally sacrificing Colwill?
One of the ways.
No,
don't think we can
I don't think that's the only way.
No,
I think it's the easiest way to give us a step forward on any other potential contenders for Caicedo. Because we can offer something else that all the other clubs can't offer, and that's Colwill.
It's a guarantee. It guarantees we can get Caicedo.
Exactly.
It's a tough one for me.
But there's other midfielders, Jester. There's a whole bunch of them. Just go find them, you know?
Yeah. Please explain the ones who have destroyed our midfield twice this year.
Dual Scope said, I've never watched Fulham, you know what I mean? So,
can I give my opinion a minute?
Who's that? Bertram?
Yeah.
Yes, bro. What are you telling me, man? What's your thoughts? I know you wanted to come in yesterday about this.
Yeah. Thank you, Lewis. Like, for
good luck, bro.
Streaming, like, and like it's morning over here, so good morning to the panel members. So, I just want to chime in for on Cole's situation on my behalf. So this is the situation, right? So Biden wants like 85 million or 90 million.
I
If
think it's
we don't
around
get Colwill.
70 to 90, something like that.
Yeah, so if we don't give Colwill. So if we give Colwill, the valuation drops. But in my opinion, like based on what we have seen, like in the last 2 years, and like if you see like a lot of scouts, like coaches, and even like I think in March, so there's this like article that came out like Manchester City and Liverpool were interested in him. So that kind of shows the potential. So if like Roberto De Zerbi, he wants Colwill to stay for 2 seasons. He knows what he's got. So we have like Fofana, Badiashile, Silva, Chalaba. Am I missing anyone out right now? I think we have like 4 center back options.
Koulibaly.
So Koulibaly. So Koulibaly like had like a stinker of a first season. I'm not sure. Like, yeah, he's a great center back, but I'm not sure whether like it'd be the best to like keep him for next season. Fofana is an amazing center back, but like he's injury prone. Chalaba, I think he's on the fence, like whether to stay or leave. And Badiashile is an exciting center back. So we've got, and Silva. Silva is probably going to stay 1 year and is going to leave next year. So we've got 2 good center back options at most. If you see Manchester City, they got Kanji, Ake, Laporta, Diaz, Stones. They got 5 center backs. So like Levi Colwill is like a young center back who can play. Maybe like if Poch wants, we can play the 3 at the back center, like the formation, like he did at Paris. So you never know. Like he can overlap, like to play the Akanji role or play the Ake role. So he's like an center back with a lot of potential. And
you never know. He might he could score a hat trick too at striker. Who knows? You never know.
Oh my God!
I mean, like
that's just a stop, man. We don't even play that formation.
Bertrand, you had me for a minute, man, but I don't know.
You tried, buddy, but
you're stretching out.
If you're saying to me, if you can compete for the next 4 years with 2 options in Badiashile and Fofana, I'm sorry. That's what.
Can we
I mean, it needs must right now. We can address that when we have a need for it. Like right now, we're playing in one competition.
But like
Bertrand, just 1 second. We're playing in one competition. And nobody's saying sell Colwill. So we're all saying if it comes down to, we don't get Caicedo or we include Colwill in the deal, then it's a no-brainer. You kind of have to, because the need right now is in the midfield right now. That's the immediate need. We have enough center backs. We have enough center backs to get us through next year, and beyond. To be honest, let's just be real. It's the need right now.
And beyond. I agree.
It's center mid.
Midfield is like a number 1 position. I totally agree. Defensive midfield is like a number priority, but at the same time, Brighton are bullying us here. Like if you like, it is not about Cobham Academy, like all that bullshit. This is like a promising young player we got in our roster. If we don't show him the pathway, this will be a huge red mark for us on the road.
Okay, so where's the pathway with Koulibaly and Badiashile there? Where's the pathway?
Sell Koulibaly.
You think it's so easy to just sell Koulibaly? Man, making $300K a week.
No.
We have Alfie Gilchrist, Academy Player of the Year at right center back. What are we going to do with him? We're going to stop his trajectory to the first team as well.
You can't just say sell Koulibaly, man. It'd just be as simple as saying sell Lukaku. Like these are hard pieces to move.
That's the thing. Koulibaly has got market in Italy. Like Juventus were interested in him. Inter Milan. They're letting go of like Stefan De Vrij or my bad, Skriniar.
So have faith in our board couch. We can sell these, man. The hell?
I was told if a good team wants them, then they're good. I mean, that's the Havertz thing, right? If a good team wants them, they're good, right? You don't know the talent.
They know what they have. They know what they have, Justin. We just don't know what we have in ourselves.
God dang, man.
Currently, we're looking to loan out Koulibaly anyway. So like he's on the out most likely.
We're looking to loan out Koulibaly. Says
who? Did you not see the thing about like including him in like some sort of deal with Inter and like shipping him on a loan or something?
That was Lukaku on another loan and Koulibaly.
And Koulibaly for sale.
Koulibaly, for sale. Okay. So Koulibaly to sale. Okay, I read that wrong.
No, like 2 months ago, we were like open to letting Koulibaly on a loan to Juventus. That came out.
No, we were going to sell him to Juventus.
No, it was a loan. I'm pretty sure there's
Liverpool
no.
this playoff as
No.
well. But
Yeah,
Koulibaly
impressing Vlahovic.
who they want
We are
38
impressing
million?
Vlahovic though.
Who they want 38 million for Caicedo? Are we just swapping with Pulisic straight up? What do you think?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't want Chiesa either.
Yeah,
That dude's
No, it's a
talk about injury
permanent. It's a
prone.
permanent.
it was a permanent. It was part
Yeah,
of
that
the
would
deal.
have been a permanent.
Yeah,
I'm still
Chiesa
waiting for
hasn't
them
been the
to
same
name.
player, no, since his
So
injury.
Koulibaly doesn't want it because he wants to prove he's worthy of the Premier League, and because Chelsea wants an experienced defender alongside their youth players.
Imagine that. We're going to keep Koulibaly. We're going to keep Thiago Silva. We're keeping Fofana, and we're keeping Badiashile. So, from what I've seen from Colwill, good passer of the ball, but he's just a youngster in defense. He gets beat. So let's not say that this guy's a guaranteed starter in this squad. He's not.
Exactly.
No, nobody asked for that. Nobody claimed that.
Yeah, but there he could come play like 8 games for us, and his price will go up. That's usually how that works, right? The less games you play, the more you're worth.
He'd probably play a couple of games, like more than 8.
Yeah, and then that'll drive the price
How
up.
is he going to play more than 8? How is he going to play more than 8? How?
Rotation, like everybody gets a chance.
Nobody rotates center backs.
And also, we don't know how we have an idea of how Pochettino is going to play. Certain players might fit a system better than others. So yeah, I don't know, man.
But wait, you said rotate. What would we rotate for? What do we? You forgot we're not in
everyone
anything.
gets a chance, Jimmy. Didn't you hear him? Everyone gets a chance, man.
Bro, like what? Like we've seen the report saying that what's called what was it? Poch wants to build give academy players a chance. Certain player, what's it called? He said like these quotes have been coming out.
But I'm talking about you said rotate. That's not that you don't do that during the season.
No, okay, no. Okay, well, no, you do because sometimes like players need a rest. Like what I'm saying is. Poch can take a liking.
Players need to rest when there's too many games.
Hold on. What I'm saying is,
we got the best medical team there.
Poch can take a liking to the guy and start him over Badiashile, and then what would you be saying? So like, it's just I don't know, man. To say that we bring this player in and he has absolutely no chance to make it into the first team is ludicrous to me. But we
didn't say he has no. We just saying if it goes how we think it's gonna go, he's probably gonna be a bench player.
No,
and if he ends up on the bench, if he ends up on the bench, then there's not a lot of playing time. That's all we're saying.
No. I hear that. That's completely fine.
Yeah,
The way that I see it is, I don't see the defenders in front of him as complete and utter mainstays that they can't get shifted out for a guy like Colwill. That's what I'm saying.
But you're also saying that Colwill do so good.
You're also saying that Colwill's a can't miss in this setup too, and like that's not guaranteed either.
So no, I'm not. No, I'm not. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying, Couch. I'm saying Couch. I'm just saying he deserves the chance. I think he deserves a chance because I think he's good enough to deserve a chance.
Alex, rise.
That's what I'm saying.
Participation trophy generation need to go.
But that's just not what
you don't deserve shit.
No. Hold on, Justice. No. Your standpoint is every single youth player that comes through the setup must be sold. No chance, no nothing. That's your standpoint. So I don't want to hear this shit from you. That's every single.
That's not true.
Oh, we must sell Chalobah because hold on. We must sell Chalobah because he's not good enough. Chalobah comes out. I would like to start. He did. Chukwuemeka didn't come through our youth academy. What's it called?
I don't care.
Listen.
He's a young player.
Hold on.
I don't care.
Justin, you're a checkbook football fan. That's fine. I'm not. There's other ways to read the game of football, mate. So I don't really care what you have to say. Every single youth player needs to be sold.
Yeah, the academies are dead.
To you, there's no such thing as backups. There's no such thing as rotation. None of it. So fair enough. If you want to waffle on about that,
there is rotation, but you do it in a circle, passing something around. That's what I'm talking about. Rotation.
If you want to waffle on about how every youth player needs to be sold, go ahead. But everybody can just see this is the agenda. It's weak. It's boring. Like we know what you're gonna say before you.
But you want every.
No, I don't want every single player. I've literally come on here and said that Maatsen should probably go because we have two. I've literally come on here and said that. The way that I look at it is I have a principle. Certain youth, even look at what we're fucking saying for Conor Gallagher, saying that we want to send him for fucking 50 million, 40 million bids. Do you think we could have done that if we didn't play him this season? No, we would have gone for like 20 million or something. So I don't know, man.
He was crap this year. That's why people don't want to pay 50 million for him.
But look,
Boo!
but look at the
Oh,
interest
fucking
that we're able to
stream,
drum
man.
up for it. Look at the interest. That's what I'm saying.
Hold
They
on,
had the
you
interest
thought-
last year.
Hold on, wait. You think Conor Gallagher helped his case this year?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. His highest price was at leaving Palace last year, where he was the player of the season. That's where he was at his most
Hold
expensive.
on, wait, Josh, wait. Dual scope. What
Yeah.
you saw from Conor Gallagher this year, in your mind?
No.
Hold on.
Okay.
You
go on.
think his evaluation went up because we played him this year?
There's a trend that I noticed.
Oh, come on.
And I
That's
feel
a
like,
yes or no
hold
question.
on. It's not his performances. It's not his performances that necessarily draw interest from other teams. It's more the thing of how much is he like usable in the team that's currently playing in. But the fact that we're willing to use him, I feel like that draws interest more than his performances himself.
You don't know a damn thing, do you?
That's
Yeah,
just
unpack
that's
that.
just
We
a
have to
trend that
unpack
I've
that
noticed.
So you
sentence,
think
'cause that
that
didn't make
teams
any
value
sense.
players that are just playing, not players that are actually playing well within a system? They're just going to be like, yeah,
Well,
he's playing for
hold
Chelsea,
on.
so he can play for us for 50
No.
million.
But it's not obviously not as simple as that. But like, I mean, Conor Gallagher, he's not like okay. He's not been. We've not played the same system as Crystal Palace as they did last year. He hasn't been completely like.
That doesn't have nothing to do with how he played. Stop with the system.
For what he's good at, he kind of demonstrated that this year. He battles hard. He gets engaged in every single tackle. He runs around. It's the same stuff we saw last year. So that shit hasn't fallen off a cliff, and teams are still going to be interested in that. And I don't know. That's just the way that I see it.
Yeah, I don't think that he's displayed himself in a way that's going to increase his value. To be
Bruh,
honest,
that I don't know what I asked you if you think him playing this year increased his value. You did not answer my question.
Okay,
And I'm assuming
you want a straight answer? Yes, I think it did.
Hey, that disqualifies you from talking for at least 2
You
minutes.
think the way Conor Gallagher played this year increased his fucking value?
Mm-hmm.
How?
Not to me. I think he's shocking. But listen, other teams have different criteria on what they look for in a midfielder, and I feel like we can sit here and be like, oh, we need a creative midfielder.
So your answer is no. But your answer is yes.
No,
because
okay.
I'm asking you if you
me personally. What? Okay, so you're saying if I was a football team, would I spend money on Conor Gallagher? What do you? Because you need to.
Jimmy, just stop, bro. It's gonna hurt your head.
Yeah, my head's already hurting, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Bro, do you think the way Conor Gallagher played this year increased his value?
I already said yes. I don't know what more you want from me.
Okay, all right. You think that? So, all right. So what you saw, you think that was worthy of increasing his value? Okay. So last year you thought he was worth how much? Do you remember how much Everton offered before? You remember it was like 35, 40?
They offered it was 40 million in the winter transfer window.
Yeah, whatever. So you think what he showed, so his value went up. How much is it worth now?
No. That's hold on. That's not the marker. The marker is from last season to this season. That's the marker, not from the winter till now. If we sold Conor Gallagher at the beginning of the season, hold on. If we sold Conor Gallagher before at the beginning of the season, we probably would have got less for him than we probably can now. That's my standpoint.
Okay, wait, we can find that out. Wait. How much did Crystal Palace offer?
I don't know.
That's
35?
That's actually a fantastic question. I don't actually know what it was.
They offered, I think, 35.
Well, I don't even know if they did. I think Chelsea might have shut him down before they even got a chance to do that.
If Crystal Palace, hold on. If Crystal Palace offered 35 at the beginning
27.
They offered how much?
27.
27 at the beginning of the season, and now we're getting 40 million offers
I was
now.
going to say, I don't necessarily agree with what Jursko says, but that example does show that what he said is right. Like, they offered 27 in the summer, and then Everton came in for 40 million in the winter, despite the fact he played a few games and it looked shit in most of them.
That's not our valuation.
So do you think that had to do with his performances, Scott? Does
No,
that
I don't. My thing with Gallagher, right, is I don't agree with what Duoscope said. And I don't really want to talk about Gallagher, so I fucking hate him. Is the thing for me with Gallagher, and it's the same thing with Colwill. Again, I want to move on from this conversation because I took a 10-minute call and came back and you, man, were still fucking talking about the same goddamn player. Is regardless of whether they play shit or play well, I think for them, there is a baseline of where they will sit. Like with Gallagher, we've seen he's a terrible footballer, like a god-awful footballer, but Everton was still willing to pay 40 million in the winter, and I think Newcastle will end up paying if they get him somewhere around 35, 40. So his baseline is still a decent level, regardless of how good or bad he played. I don't think last season it didn't increase his valuation at all.
And that was the only question I had.
Yeah, it didn't increase it, but I don't think it lowered it, is my point. I don't think, even though he played poorly, it didn't lower it. Because the thing is as well, he's got that English tax. He's got the, he has got the player of the season stuff.
He's an English national, yep.
You can fall back on. That's the same thing with Colwill. Even if he played shit next season, I still think you could get 40 million easy. So you haven't lost anything as well.
But you could potentially get Caicedo, who's going to make a big difference to our team.
Again, I'll say it again. I don't think Caicedo is unique, and I think you can get someone else either nearly as good or as good as Caicedo. For me personally.
Yeah, and that's opinion based, though, right? But
it's 100% opinion based.
Everything here is
the market's not showing that right now, right? There's not.
I think it was 45 in January, not before.
It was 45 in
I
January.
think getting Caicedo is a must, right? Because at this point, we need some players who we know for a fact are the best in what they do, and he's the best in what he does. I mean, people can give me other examples. For me, he's the best ball winner out there. So you go pick him up. However, you don't have to sell Colwill. You can loan him back to them. You can see, because again, one more season back at Brighton, with him playing European football, he goes for 85 million. This
is such stupid.
That's just what. Relax. Every single time someone has a positive conversation or something about Colwill, it's like you react like a child. Just relax. I get it.
No, it's what he does. Bring up Cobham. He has an aneurysm. He has an aneurysm.
What he's saying is possible.
Yeah, exactly. I just said
you disagree, Jester, but what he's saying is possible. What he's saying is possible.
What I'm saying,
they don't want him on loan. So
they want him. You don't know what they want.
They want to negotiate.
Exactly. Like you guys have been speaking on this for a while. I just came and said a few words and Jester's throwing his toys out. Just let me get my points across. The point is
they
this.
got no point.
Stop crying.
Bullshit.
Stop crying.
Come on, let's try.
Tell us more about how you can.
Let's go Daniel.
How the grass can help us play better. Some bullshit you were saying last year. Anyway, back to actual football points. Last year, didn't they want to sign him? They wanted to sign it for 20 million. We were able to say, nah, we won't sell him to you. We'll pay you more for the guy that we want, and then you can get him on loan. So that's the reality. They want 80 million for this guy, right? And they want him back. Either way, maybe with Colwill, they sell him to us for 40 million. Maybe on loan, they sell him to us for 60 million. There's deals that can be done to make this happen. Colwill doesn't have to be here next year, but you don't sell a talent like that, especially when you're going to have to sign a center back the following year. You don't sell it.
Then that would be up to Levi, right? Because he would have to extend his contract with Chelsea for them to okay a loan move.
Of course, everything's depending on different factors.
They're not going to loan him with a year left.
Hold on. If Levi says I want to go, then all this doesn't matter, right? You just sell him.
Yeah,
you just sell him. But if he doesn't
on your normal seat, what's going on, Alex? You somewhere else in your house?
And we're saying I want to put you in this deal. I want to do this.
No, I'm fixing my computer area. You see, like, look at this shit. Look at this shit in this house, man. Look at this shit.
It's clean the mind.
I was rearranging everything, and this like a big ass dildo talking about it. I think that's the dildo Rodrigo was trying to send to Germany. Like, what an idiot! And the only person that come with the common sense is actually Daniel.
Yeah,
Daniel come with it.
I was getting yelled down. It's a stupid point by Jester.
No, it doesn't matter what anybody's saying. If there's a prospect in him, we gotta keep it everything possible to keep him. If it's a possibility to keep him on loan, there's a possibility. That you can't just shut it down because you just no.
Also,
That's what I get. That's what I get from my child. No.
Alex,
Alex,
if Badiashile,
And I'm not taking it directly towards directly towards Jester, because this is the main point of the thing. And another thing, what if we can't? The problem is with Colwill. I think the biggest problem with Colwill, it's not actually us. I think it's him driving the narrative. He wants the stability. So if he wants to move on, nothing we can do about it. But if we can, hold on a second, that's for Scott. If we can, nothing we can do about it. You said we don't lose nothing. Yes, we do. We lose Caicedo. That's what we lose. If we don't use that leverage, for example, what if Colwill said, look, I don't want to go on loan. Sell me with buyback clause. What if that?
Then just pay more. Why can't you just pay more?
Pay more.
Well, there's a thing.
Money just grows on trees, man. Like there's a lot to consider here, man.
My point on what you said, and to add on what Daniel said, is the biggest thing it's looking like. What we're trying to do as a club is keep Colwill and just pay more money, which is also another option you can do.
No. I understand. What if we can't? What then?
How do we know they can't? We're doing if.
Well, you see what I'm saying? You can't say that we should keep him in all costs, and you saying you will agree with that. How do you know that he's not want to stay?
If he doesn't want to stay, that's fair enough.
Hold on, stop. Everybody stop. My headache. I'm coming for you, motherfucker. Don't you ever call me that. Ban this motherfucker right now.
Oh, Medzi. Yeah. Cool. That's gone. Don't worry, bro.
You're gonna cook, man.
Listen, Alex.
Come on, man. You already know that word gets you banned. What are you not doing?
Hold on.
Bro.
If he wants to go, the conversation ends there, right?
Yes.
You sell him. That's the reality. We're not talking about when he wants to go. We're saying, would you put him in that deal, which is inconsequential if he wanted to go? I'm not putting, especially when I look at my center backs, and nobody's guaranteed. I heard somebody saying Cole isn't guaranteed next year. Of course he isn't guaranteed. But nobody's guaranteed yet. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know if Fofana is going to keep being injury prone or if he's going to be stable and be our number one next year.
Exactly.
Become world class, and we say, you know what? We don't even need Cole. Sell it for 70.
Right. You don't know, but we're dealing with hypotheticals right now. And the hypothetical is if he comes back to Chelsea, he's probably not going to play.
Hypothetical conversation. This whole conversation is hypothetical.
Exactly.
It's not probably he's not going to play. He is going to play.
The only scenario that I presented right now is if the only option is to include Colwill in the deal for Caicedo, who says no? I'm saying yes. I'm saying yes right now.
Yes. The reason why I'm saying yes right now, it's because Colwill, it's not as big as hole in Chelsea team right now as the midfield. Midfield is the bigger hole. You cannot go. No pun intended. Like every time, forget the hole. We just have to have the midfielders because of the bigger hole. The hole is coming back. We have a hole in the midfield. We need to fill it. Colwill is one of the things that we can fill that hole. That's it.
Fill the bigger hole. Fill the bigger hole first. Exactly.
Listen,
I agree.
I do think
that's the problem, man. You doing all that with the hole. Don't forget the clitoris.
Yeah, you're aiming for the wrong hole, people. You're aiming for the wrong hole.
That's the 6, right?
Look,
Alex, you don't get your forecast wrong twice. That swap deal thing, we've done it once, we didn't like it. At least don't try it again.
Why?
Because you're
I don't understand. I don't understand. We've done it before. What do you mean?
One, because I think the club also rate his talent to that level. They seem on par with some of these other guys that that are out there in terms of young center backs. They see him up there. If you rate his talent that highly, you do not give up that talent even if the other player you're getting is super talented. We're not at a point where we're what do you mean what?
I'm trying to figure out. So if you have an opportunity to get Messi in his prime and you're going to use somebody to value your club,
quite an exaggerated example.
It doesn't matter how exaggerated. It's an example that is valid. It doesn't matter who it is.
Ronaldo, I'm not doing it.
Well, there you go.
Look, I think you keep missing the major point. I think you keep missing the wrong, like a complete message from what is actually on every news outlet out there. Colwill wants assurance, right? He wants assurance that he will be least looked at in the short term to long term at Chelsea, right? Do you think in the current situation, he can get that within a year or two?
It depends, Alex. And the reason I say that is the biggest thing about this is we're talking about a guy, like, we haven't even got the manager in yet, technically. Like, he's obviously overseen some stuff and has had conversations. We haven't had preseason, haven't had fuck all yet. Like, he could decide, like, we're acting as though these guys as well. I remember we had a conversation actually the other day. You, me, Jimmy, and I think it was Kai, had a conversation about Koulibaly. And you said next season that, now, but next season, Pochettino may see him as like second or third choice. It's the same thing.
He would be fifth. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
it's the same thing with Colwill. He may come in and think, "Fuck me, this kid's incredible. I want to start him straight away from the beginning." And it's like, because he sees something in him, and that's the thing. We're trying to base these hypotheticals. Go, oh, he needs to leave. He has to be included. This thing, but we're talking as though the manager has a say, and it's like if the manager sees him as his starter next season, which he may do. None of us know.
They kind of report that he said he wants him. So
the club is and then Pochettino wants to look at him. So this is my point: is this may be the guy that starts next season? Pochettino may be able to give him that assurance. We don't know yet.
Exactly. So for me, look at this situation. I think the problem.
He's got to be available.
I think there's the biggest problem what everybody don't understand. I think Caicedo is the one that wants the assurance now within the month. And the reason why he is doing that, he wants to go to the summer and come already relaxed with new club. So what happens is Chelsea can sign Caicedo for a little bit more money. I'll say if you put 5 mil more, you don't have to worry about what's his name, Colwill. That's one thing. The problem is if we can sell somebody before that fee comes up, because we need fixed FFP. So that's the chronological story to it. The reason why people keep saying that Arsenal is in it. I don't think as Arsenal is in it as people think. I think they try to wrap up Rice and then maybe they can go for it. So I think the biggest thing right now, don't push it. Wait 1 month. Wait 1 month. And we'll see where Caicedo is towards where Arsenal is, where Chelsea is, and where Pochettino is. Exactly. Because Pochettino is going to have to make the final decision at the end of it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. That's is that Colwill may be a starter, could be a starter. Well, guess who is a starter for us?
Who?
Caicedo. If we get him in, he'll start for us.
Yeah, that's a fact too.
We need to go ahead and just get Lavia wrapped up. That's what I want to see. Fuck that.
No, I think Lavia is the last piece of the puzzle.
Not the last piece. Just bring him in. If you want him, bring him. He has to be the starter. We know we got to get a veteran anyway. So get Lavia, wrap him up.
We have Santos. We have Santos at Chelsea right now who can push Lavia for his money, and we don't have to spend that money.
I think Felix just said we opened talks with Southampton for Lavia recently. That's today or yesterday.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I just watched the whole season of Lavia. So he's proven.
Yeah, I know that, Jimmy. I know we talked about it yesterday.
I've seen about, and me personally, with my own eyes, about 9 performances, 7, 8, 9 performances that made me go, "Yep, I want him."
Dude, Jimmy, you don't have to tell me about Lavia.
I already know you was the biggest Lavia fan I know. Yeah,
it's the question. The question about the Lavia is the biggest question about the Lavia. First of all, he does have injury consistency. I heard you earlier talking about the young players with injury. I wouldn't say prone. I say consistency and the specific same injury. That's the Lavia. That's another Lavia thing. Another thing, how we can we're gonna put Pochettino in the same scenario as previous 2 or 3 managers did. We have too much dead wood and not enough games to play. That's it. We have a short season next. You can't get the youngsters as many games as you think.
My thing is this: if we bring in
just get you some massage, man. Make sure you get that Thai massage properly rubbed you. Make sure it wasn't. Make sure it's not Dildo Excel doing it.
It's called a rub and a tug, bro.
Yeah.
Rub and a tug, man.
Take care.
You see what I'm saying? Like, look, I would like us to have Lavia. I would like to keep Colwill because I do rate him. I do rate. I just don't know. And I asked this question a long time ago. Do you think the young generation all of a sudden became impatient and just want to go like umbilical cord cut out and that's it? The minute they graduate, they think that they're ready to play for Barcelona.
The career of a football player is short, man. Like,
it's not as short. It's not as short if you burn yourself in the beginning.
If you can go play professionally, even if it's at Crystal Palace right now, you have to take your career and go with it. You're not going to wait for an opportunity. At Chelsea
that waiting shit played out, man.
And that's what I'm saying. That before that, they used to be going on loan and see the career path slowly built up.
But even
now,
the loan option,
not at Chelsea, it doesn't.
Like, you can't even put you can't put like 30 people on loan anymore. Like, it's just not.
I know. Do you understand that the reason why young players get injured more?
Because they
more
play
often nowadays? Because they play more. They used to not play. They slowly get into the games. They progress. The body adapt. The human body still grows until you're 25. And guess what? Where's your maturity on the in the general perspective of the football player? What age is maturity you consider?
Yeah,
25.
Alex, we're signing players who are the same age as our youth players. So it's like that age thing. I hear you, but what is the difference? Like, so
that's what I'm saying. Youth. I'm saying youth.
You know what I'm saying? They're both
yes.
So, like, my thing is this: is if we had world-class center backs that have already established themselves, I'm sure we would probably all be in line with selling Cole, even though he's super talented. We'll say, you know what? Like, we have Terry. He's good, but we can lose him. Like, we lost Alex, right? We can lose Alex because we have John Terry. It doesn't matter if we lose some of these guys. You can have Cahill next to Terry because he's already established as the number one guy. When you have a number one guy, anybody can be the second up to a certain point. You know what I mean? It can be David Luiz. It can be Zuma. It can be any of these guys. You know, Terry almost won it with Zuma next to him. You know what I'm saying? So it's that type of.
Well, that's my point about Colwill.
Since we don't have that, we do have a few that we think can be that. Right now, it's three of them. It's Colwill, it's Badiashile, and it's Fofana. Those are the three that we think can reach that level.
Exactly.
Anything can happen during that time that we don't know who's gonna. So I'm not giving that up or giving one of them up, like you said.
You see, if we can,
go ahead,
Daniel, if you will know, for example, this, if you want assurances, what Colwill says assurances, that's the thing that the technical directors can give him and tell him, look, Badiashile is not a long term here, or not Badiashile. What's his name? Koulibaly.
I don't know. Koulibaly.
Koulibaly. Thiago Silva. The path is there. Just ask, like, you know what I'm saying? If you will convince him to re-sign the contract, because if we don't do nothing about it this season, next season he's going to be on 1 year.
Yeah, no, of course.
We cannot give him a path into the team this season. That's a fact. If we're not selling one of those players like Koulibaly, the only way for him to be in that team right now, if Koulibaly gets sold, and then he will fight for the first place. I'm pretty sure he can win the first place, but that's the only pathway I see this season. We don't have enough games for him to progress.
Yeah, but Alex, Daniel, quickly, please. Just one thing I think I'm mistaken is that it's been reported that Colwell's main priority is to stay, right? His main priority is to stay, and
that's a good thing then.
I think.
One second, yeah. But also, Fabrizio has said the price range is going to be 80 million max. Fabrizio said himself it's not going to be more than 80 million. So why are we worried about Colwill? Just fucking pay the 80 million, which I think is a good price, and Colwill stays. I don't think.
You think that?
So
no, the last time I heard we value Colwill as 25 million. That's his value right now.
No. Hold on.
Caicedo. I'm talking about Caicedo.
Okay, so you pay 80 million for Caicedo after paying 120 for Enzo. How much you paying for your striker? how much you're paying for another midfielder.
That's
Exactly.
Where are these numbers going, man? These numbers are going all over the place right now, man.
That's why you sell a bunch of players, which is what they're looking to do. They're looking
So
to
who
get
are they
rid
gonna? You honestly think? Okay, this is what I'm saying.
I know, but you got it wrong. You got it wrong,
Why-
CG, because
Let Couch speak. Let Couch
These players
speak.
have to have value first, right? We just saw
Exactly.
today. Havertz can't even go for 60 million.
And whatever Dildo said that what's his name, Gallagher's price is gonna be increased. Yo, idiot! Oh, he left. Newcastle offered 45. Badon volume is higher than 25 right now. That's it.
Yeah, but first,
That's what season can determine.
So can I ask? So
just come in. Man. What's wrong with
No,
you?
you freaking don't let Kai in. I don't have patience for the guy.
If Caicedo isn't worth 80, if Caicedo isn't worth 80, why don't we look elsewhere then?
He's worth 80.
It's not about what he's worth. It's whether I'm just debating whether or not we can afford to do that and do the other things we need to do.
Exactly. The thing is, I'm afraid that there's not as good midfielder over there as Caicedo right now.
So then just get
That's what it is. I completely agree with Scott. The 40 million that you get for Cole, because that's all Brighton is offering you. So you're going to pay.
No,
40.
they don't. They offer even less, actually.
No, they offered 40.
No, they offered 40, and it's their club record.
And we said no. So that's their record.
Oh, as a fee, as a direct fee. If it's transfer, they offer the only value is 25, but like as a part of the what's his name?
I'm talking about Colwill.
Yeah, Colwill. Hold on. Brighton value him payout cash is 40. But if we use him in the transition for Caicedo, the only value in him is 25.
Yeah,
that's what I
how it
told.
works though. There's no like swap deals. Like they'll have to buy him.
No. As a partial, not swap deals. Partial.
Like we're not gonna give him. Oh, he's 25 in this value, but if you want to pay him cash, it's 40. We'll just pay you cash. Like that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
The point is this: is they want 80 for Caicedo. That's what's come out. 70 to 80 million. They want to pay us 40 for Colwill. So we know what the price is. If you don't have the other 30 million or 40 million, raise that elsewhere. You can raise it from Chalobah. You can raise it from Koulibaly. You can raise it from other players.
Money, though.
You don't have to raise it. Of course they have. I'm just saying if it gets to, because what Couch is saying is maybe we don't have the money to do that deal and do other deals. If that's the case, then you sacrifice even Maatsen, right? You don't, because you have two left backs.
Yeah, he got to go.
Sacrifice.
Yeah, Maatsen got to go.
A talent, especially when your center back situation is wonky. Like you guys think it's settled. I don't think it's settled.
But this is what I said, Daniel. This is what I said. I don't see the stress over selling Colwill because, first of all, I don't think 80 million is bad for Caicedo. And second of all, that's the max we're going to go for. So why is Colwill even in the picture of leaving? Fuck Brighton. Who cares what they want? We're going to give them 80 million and they're going to accept that. And fuck what they want with Colwill. They can.
We got a Fabrizio tweet. Christian Pulisic has concrete chances of leaving Chelsea in the summer. Has a green light from the club to try a new chapter if case conditions are met. Milan are informed there are more clubs in the race. Priority permanent transfer, aka a repost.
Hold on a second before I lose my train of thought. The problem with Colwill in Caicedo is not that. The problem is if we not offer them Colwill and straight cash, they will do it out of spite because we did not sell him Colwill and just let him go to somebody else. If the bets are same amount of money, do you understand that?
Yeah, but that's operating thinking like
That's not operating thinking. That can happen all the time.
No, it doesn't happen all the time. What are you talking about?
Yes, Kai.
What situation
oh my God, man, that happens.
No, tell me, what situation have we been in that we refused to sell a team, a certain player, and they held a player from us?
What's the name? In Real Madrid, when we held on to Hazard, what's his name? We were going after one of their players. Real Madrid held on to them. Then PSG did it. They sold
us Kovacic before we even sold Hazard. They loaned Kovacic to us before we sold them Hazard.
I'm not talking about Kovacic. We're going off one of those players before, and I'm just telling you that could be one of the scenarios.
Listen, that scenario is fantasy. Clubs don't operate in that way. If
Caicedo
was 80 million, and Caicedo knows a deal has been made for him to leave for 80 million, and we make that bid, and he wants to come here, If we make that bid and we're the only ones making 80 million, he's coming to Chelsea.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if the two clubs are going for him.
But what if he wants to go to another club, then he goes to the other club? Like,
if the numbers equal,
massive,
then it's going to come down to where Caicedo wants to go.
That's it.
So it's that simple. Like I agree with that, but I'm just saying that number for me is just it's too high.
Yeah, but Couch, this is where you're wrong.
No.
Yeah, but this is where you're wrong, Couch, because
then you look elsewhere. This is the thing.
No, but
if he's
Scott,
not worth that,
I don't
No,
want
but we already sacrificed
not-
one of our main
he's
targets.
not-
How
he's not
else
saying
are we
he's
gonna
wrong,
look
Kai.
like? How
Did you watch enough games of him, or you just watch one game of him, so we will know what kind of ratings they're given?
Caicedo plays in the Premier League, you shameless fuck. He plays in the Premier League.
Why did you cuss out the Russian guy that died because the shark ate him?
It's good. Not my first choice.
Yo, why did you say that Russian guy deserved to be eaten by shark?
He didn't deserve to be, but I mean, he was
First of all, I thought he was
in the
Egyptian.
circle of life.
I know that. You thought that he was Egyptian, so he deserved. I will cancel you right now,
Alex,
you fake
why
ass
you put me
Magic
in a spot,
Mike.
bro? Why you put me in a spot with politics, bro?
Because this is what I was talking about when you put everything about yourself on the Twitter. So I don't have to know everything about you.
I just came back from Tesco. I used my Tesco
That
card,
shark-
bro. And you
That
out here,
shark
bro,
went
fucking
shark on him,
attacking me,
man. That was fucked up, man. That shark
Yeah, I
was
saw the
up.
guy then punches the shark after he ate. Like the guy one of the Egyptian guy punched the shark on the ground. Like
he's already dead.
What the fuck is the point?
Like he already ate the guy, and he just punches him like, "Oh, you get it."
Yeah,
but Couch, see, this is where you're wrong, because first of all, it wasn't 120 million, man. There's a reason when we signed those players, it was amortized
Hold on,
over this
what
8-year
was
period.
it 120 million?
When you
What
said
was
Enzo Fernandez,
What was
120
Enzo?
million.
It was
Mate,
120
Yeah, it was.
euros.
I think it was
First of all,
45.
105
It was,
million
but like
pounds.
the way we
Yeah, but
broke
what
it
in
down, even
euros?
Mudryk, we don't pay
120.
Hold on a
120
second.
in euros.
Hold on a second. We need to know what's the bonuses. We know that the final price is 120.
Yeah, but let's
It's the semantics at this point. Like what
Yeah,
we're
the
saying
semantics.
is we paid 120 million for like in and around that.
It's not a semantics if we never reach in the Champions League.
It's not. It's neither here nor there. Like that number is high, right? We paid a
Yeah.
lot of money for him, right?
Yeah.
So then we're gonna go back into the window again and pay another 80 million for Caicedo. We
That's
still
right.
haven't gotten a striker.
Yes.
Is
But
he
hold on,
worth
Couch.
it?
But and
Hold on,
we'll
Couch.
have one of the
Is-
better midfields in the
I was
the
gonna
Premier
say,
League.
is he worth it? Is he worth it?
Is
Yes.
he worth
Yes.
Yes, he
it?
is.
Is he worth 80 million?
Yes.
Yeah, is he
Yes,
worth
he
it?
is.
Yeah.
I would.
Yeah.
Then,
Yeah, of course he is.
then what's
Can I
the
be
fucking
honest?
complaint about spending it? Like, I don't understand.
This
This
is
is
my
my
be
point,
honest,
bro.
This is my point.
I'm not
No,
convinced
I
that
don't
we
think
have
he's
that
knocking
kind of
it.
funds
He just-
available.
Yeah,
I'm not
he just
convinced
don't
we
think
have
he
that
has
kind
can I
of
be
more
funds.
money.
Listen, then we have to
Yeah,
negotiate.
but you
lower.
make the funds available, bro. Why do we sell half our team when we after we
But the
swap,
problem
we
is
first
the
team
problem
bro?
is time,
players.
Kai. The problem is time with Caicedo. If we don't act fast, somebody else will
Yeah,
snatch him.
exactly. Yeah, we need him, bro. Sell Colwill for me, man. Colwill,
I'm
we have a
sorry,
lot of
Couch
center
is
backs.
not.
I'm
Oh,
not
boy.
saying I'm not saying sell Colwill. I'm saying if
No,
there is
don't worry,
opportunity to
Kai.
send the blonde mount,
If
get him
there's an
first.
opportunity to avoid selling Colwell and we get Caicedo, and
That's the biggest.
that is viable within the club, then I'm all for it.
Couch,
I'm all
Bro,
for
I
it.
promise you,
I'm
my
just
money's
saying,
not a problem.
and this is the scenarios I was presenting. I was saying this specifically.
Yeah.
If it comes down to it, and the only way we can bring Caicedo to the club was by making a make weight of
Damn, Alex,
of
is that a
Colwell,
Lampard shirt?
I would do it.
That's
I
a
would
Champions
do it.
League 2012. All the teams signed it.
How much
Couch,
did you get
the
for it?
money's not a problem, man. I promise you,
It
money's not a
doesn't
problem.
bother. It
It's not
doesn't.
money,
You
man.
don't
We
need
don't
to
even have
know.
a sponsor yet.
I'll give you
man.
$5
Money's
for
not
it.
a
Money's not a
sponsor.
problem,
Not a
man.
problem.
These
Bend
guys have been
over.
spending-
Should sponsor.
These guys have been spending like it's not a problem. Like they've
600
overspent.
million spent
They've
in 2
literally overspent
windows.
on almost
It's
every
not. It's
player
not.
they
But this
bought.
is the thing.
So,
You have to take into consideration the 8-year contract and how we spent it. It's not 600 million in one go. That's not how it
fine,
works.
That's
Bro,
true. Good point.
That's
Can
fine.
we be
that's fine.
Can we be
fine,
honest?
Miguel.
Yeah,
But
we
here's
have
the
quite a
reality.
lot of center backs who are capable, but we don't have many midfielders.
No, we
So
don't have a
Caicedo
lot
is
of center
is a
backs
must,
who
bro.
are capable.
What do you
Sure.
mean? Don't we have Fofana? Don't we have what's his
Nadia
name? My
Chile.
forehead, man. But the Sheila, yeah.
And it stops there.
Kai, you see that?
Yeah, but midfielders, we don't have anybody, Daniel, though.
It stops
Like, who do
there.
you have
Like,
in midfield?
we have Fofana and Badi Shile, and it stops there. we're going to have to buy a center back again. Like that's the point that people are missing. Is we're going to have to spend money.
If you agree that like Badiashile and Fofana are going to be
Did you hang it, Alex, or is it just sitting there?
That's what I'm doing. I'm working on this wall so I can build it so I can put the jersey back. You see,
Daniel, if you agree that Badiashile and Fofana are 1-2 within the pecking order right now, if you agree with that, then yeah, the third choice is easier to come by than it is to get a midfielder that's the quality of Caicedo.
That's not and that's where we
little Darko update.
There is no 1-2 right now. There's
Okay, so that's what I was asking you. If you don't agree with that,
there is no 1-2. Like right now for our team, we just have prospects. We have guys that we want to develop to make world like
that's agree with that.
We have Humphreys coming up.
None of these guys have starting spots held down for next year. None of them do.
But what about Humphreys? He's coming up in the academy. He's also as good.
Humphreys is shit.
What do you mean he's shit?
What do you mean? What do I mean? His shit.
His
name is Humphreys.
Do you think I rate? You think I haven't watched all these youth guys and I rate just all of them? Colwill is levels above him. He's the best one.
Oh yes, of course.
He's the best one out of all of them.
Because you're saying in 2 years time we need to buy another. Maybe we don't need to buy a.
We need to finish building our midfield, man. Like we can worry about third option.
Listen,
I'm hearing that.
If it's a case where, if it's a case where, like, my whole thing is this: you don't give up talents that you want to keep, right? And because the conversation is, what if Brighton don't want to sell this guy to us if we don't?
Daniel, I can give people. I don't think people realize.
Hold on, just quickly finish just on thought.
Go ahead.
Any club can do that for any other player. So if we want to buy a striker and they say, okay, well, we'll only sell you the striker if you give us Reece. Are we giving up Reece? Are we giving up Gusto? Are we giving up?
That's a different scenario, though. This is we're dealing from a position of strength right now. You don't see it as strength. We don't have an issue in the center back position right now.
We do, but I disagree. I had
that's what the disagreement is. I don't think that everyone.
I had Cucurella, but you should disagree as well. We had Cucurella playing left center back for a lot. We had Chalobah.
Are we gonna play with back three though?
That has come in, hasn't been good enough.
There's a potential we can play games for back three.
I don't know.
First of all, no. Caicedo is important. Caicedo is one of the most important signings of this summer is going to be for Chelsea. I don't say Ugarte because I watched them a couple of times highlights. I'm not as good scout as this Magic My guy. But
bro,
one thing I do know.
Strays, bro? What did I do, Alex, man?
Because what did you do?
I'm a nice guy.
Anyway,
you just bully me, bro.
Say no to bullying. Bully makes characters. But
actually,
anyway,
hold
on a second. My point, if we, like Daniel saying is right thing, we don't have a serious center back in the left side department. The Badiashile, it's still questionable. So does Colwill. Koulibaly could be good, but we don't know. First season kind of slacky. Then it was Thiago Silva, what leaves next season, and let's say it kind of retirement club. So for me, I think if Colwill will get to the preseason and he can overtake majority of those center backs, because I do agree with Daniel on that. I've seen him. I got that same thing about the center back.
Okay,
that's it.
Bigger problems then. If you're telling me that,
yes, it's a big problem.
Much bigger problems than if you're telling me that we have 80 million invested in Fofana. We have
no Fofana is. I'm talking about the left side.
My bad. Okay, so you're saying
left side center backs.
Badiashile, who everyone said was the second coming of Maldini. You have many people are touting this guy highly. Okay, many.
By the way,
I'm not one of them myself. I'm not one.
No. I'm saying he's good when he plays with experienced center back.
He's not. Listen, like I like Badiashile. He actually
Madrid extra update. Havertz has options other than Real Madrid, but he wants Madrid, and it is his desire. Nice. Big up to Artem as well, saying Fofana and Benoit missed 17 games last year and got 4-month injury now. Both are injury prone. Koulibaly was terrible, and Silva is 40. We have questions at centre back.
Yes, but we have extreme questions on centre mid, bro. We have a lot of questions.
Isn't this how last year went?
This is what Alex said. The bigger hole. Fill the
Remember
bigger
last
hole.
year when it was, oh yeah, no, we have center mids. Like, I mean, I know they're not
Thank
quality, but we have center mids. We can. And then what ended
Well,
up
not
happening?
anymore, Daniel. We're selling them all.
Gallagher ended up playing most of the season because we didn't really have center mids. Because we really didn't. We said it. Conte wasn't going to be fit. Colwill wasn't going to be fit. So in
Gallagher
reality,
played
the
most of
same
the
way,
season,
huh?
or did he come on late on in the second half of the season?
Who?
Gallagher.
Gallagher played the entire season.
He played the entire season, did he?
He was playing under Potter as well.
No, he comes in as a sub in the beginning, then he established starter after the second half of the season.
So
Yeah,
basically,
once Kovacic
what
got injured because Conte
So what
wasn't playing, so he was a sub when Conte wasn't playing, and Kovacic got injured too, so he started starting games.
Kovacic did not get injured this season, but the end of the season.
All right, so what I get from all
Regardless,
of
we
this
all
is
watched the
basically.
season. He wasn't playing that much. He wasn't
Hold on,
starting.
Cal.
every
Hold
game.
on one second.
He wasn't. He started more games at the end of the season.
Hello, is this thing on?
Let's see his minutes.
Yeah, I can hear you, Jimmy.
No, nobody can hear Jimmy.
Listen,
Real
so
Madrid want to
basically-
sign. Real Madrid want to sign Havertz for 42 million. However, Chelsea are asking for 52 plus
Hell
loan.
no. 42
Well, we're gonna end
million,
up
go
not selling
kick rocks.
anybody because of Chelsea like asking too much for these fucking players, bro.
No,
Hey,
42
52
million
is
is
the right
bullshit.
amount. That's
Kick
what's been
rocks,
reported.
man. If
No,
they're
but
not
look,
willing to
hey,
pay-
this is a 10 million difference in valuation.
Yeah, we're not strippers, Lewis. We can't be used as a strippers, man.
Yeah, don't just give them away because you want them gone. Fuck that. They got to pay
No,
some
I
money.
agree. There's a 10 million
No,
valuation.
but we're not giving
Let's
them
keep
away.
holding
We're
it.
literally selling them for what their value is now, though. They're
No,
not very
but
good
you
players,
don't
let's
get
be
to
honest,
decide what their value is. Like you just
If we get to July or August,
Yeah,
then it's
especially you,
not done, I
Kai,
think
with
they'll accept
Ugarte, man.
If it goes,
you're gonna see how it's gonna be at PSG, bro.
if it
It's gonna
gets
be
to
the
July,
Nobody's gonna remember Ugarte at all after he went to PSG.
All right, okay.
Leave the Ugarte discussion.
Yeah,
guys.
okay, but I'm just saying this. These guys want to keep Colwill at all costs, so that means
Nah,
they're
fuck
willing
Colwill, bro,
to
sell him.
they're willing to pass on Caicedo if we can't get him because we can't match. They're willing to sell to Arsenal because we don't want to give them Colwill. I just want to know who's next. Hold on,
That's what I'm
hold
saying.
on. So who's next in line? Like what other center mids they think we should be looking at if
Yeah,
they
they
have
sound
any
like-
in mind?
Medicine, all these crappy, bro.
Like
No, I mean you can ask those guys that doesn't want to sell Colwill. Let them ask who they can get as a
That's what I'm
midfielder.
No, I'm asking them like if there's any center mids that they have in mind that. Because I'm just thinking of who else will we go after. I already think Lavia is one, but who else? Lavia is not the main one. Like we would have
He's
somebody. We
19
would have to
years old.
sign
He's too
somebody
young, man.
to start.
Oh,
with-
I was
with
actually
Enzo.
forgot to ask quick before Daniel. Would you consider him Colwill leave if we have a buyback clause?
Nah, only on loan.
Okay, so you like a Scott. You like Scott. Okay.
I'm
Nah,
just
for
gonna
me-
go through the super chat quick.
go ahead.
One sec, Kai. OG says Silva and one of Chalobah or Koulibaly are leaving after next season. That leaves just 3 centre backs and one that's injury prone in Fofana. So we're not set at centre back.
Yeah, but we're
Chalobah
not.
could be leaving this summer. To be fair, not even next
Bro,
summer. He
but
could
we're
be one.
completely not set in
about who's
midfield. We're
leaving
literally
next
sold
season.
out on
How does he know
midfielders,
that?
man.
How does he know who leaving next season? Next season you're gone, brother?
Forget next season. Forget next.
If Koulibaly has a good season next season, he's gonna stay.
Yeah, where's he going? Exactly.
He's on
So I don't-
320k a week. That brother is in no rush to leave Chelsea. No rush.
Now,
Like he's
for me,
defo saying Chalobah will be gone this season or next, in my
bro,
opinion.
for me, Chelsea need to fix up that midfield, man. So we're
Yeah, the
selling too many
midfield, we got
players. We're letting too many
fucking
players go.
nobody there.
Yeah, we don't have anybody there, man. Who we can have left? The only Gallagher is
I
left.
agree.
Gallagher and what's his name, the other guy, man.
I agree that midfield needs rebuilding. I don't think it needs. I don't think you need to do some of the things we're doing in terms of outgoings or with Colwill mainly to get that midfield. I think you can do both. Also, it kind of cracks me up. I was going to bring this up when Jester was on, but it cracks me up that half this fan base want Chalobah gone, and the guy that was meant to replace him in the squad, they also want gone. So how the fuck does that work?
Who's the guy meant to replace him?
Colwill. Everyone was talking about how they wanted Colwill to replace Chalobah, and it's like now Colwill might be leaving. It's like that's cool as well. So it's like, well, of course,
Well,
you just
I don't even know if Colwill is comfortable with being 5th choice when he can start every day, every week.
Yeah, but you don't know he's gonna be 5th choice though. That's another
I'd
thing.
say,
Well, that's true too. But if he's replacing Chalobah, that's where he's being
No,
pigeonholed.
he's replacing him in the squad. He's not replacing him in terms of starting rotation.
I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
more
what
worried about the midfield next season. The midfield
Either
next
way,
season
you
more
have to
than-
replace that player in the squad. So when people say, "Yo, I'll take the 40 million for Colwill," what are you going to use that for? Who out
But
there
Daniel-
is a good third center back or guy that can come in for 12, 15 games, probably more than that due to Fofana's injury and these guys' injuries, and give us quality minutes? Who can you get out?
But what needs more? What
But
needs
you wouldn't
more
need
like kind
him
of
then. Well, you wouldn't have
what
to
needs
have
more
another
replacing
center
the
back. You
midfield
still
needs
have
more
two
replacing
center
the
backs.
center backs, bro.
No,
We
you
need to
still
replace
have
one more
mistaken,
midfielder
Koulibaly
with center
didn't
backs.
Colwill have 2 injuries this year?
He barely
Let me-
played this year, to be honest.
Did he have 2 injuries this year?
Who's
He,
that?
he had at least one. I don't know what it was, though. I'll check now. Give me a sec.
Nah, we need to fix our midfield, man. We can't just we
You're
can't go
right,
to
but
next season
again,
with Gallagher,
you don't
bro.
need- you don't need to do both. You don't need to do like sell Colwill and fix the midfield, like we said. You just pay.
Yeah,
Salah.
but
I don't
but
think
also
Felix
but
does
Scott,
that.
but Scott,
That's
can I
smart,
just say one thing? Can I just say one thing? If we don't want to give Colwill, then we have to offer them something that is more tempting than Colwill. And you know how this club is with that so-called like wage structure and all that stuff. Also, if Arsenal gonna pay him more, including Champions League, and pay the same amount of price of us, why would he go to us?
What? But that's between
like
him
that.
and.
Y'all
like
gotta
that.
stop throwing
Like
this
if they're-
Champions League shit out
Those
there
are-
like
hold
it's
on,
a
those are
weapon. Like
different-
No,
Arsenal
not
ain't
only
been in the
Champions League, Jim.
Champions
I'm
League
talking
in
about
like
like the wage
8
as well. The
years.
wage.
But those are
Yeah, but
I don't think
if we
nobody
pay,
give a
listen,
fuck about
we're
that.
gonna
Ain't
pay.
nobody going to Arsenal because they got Champions League. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but
Nobody's done.
if our wage structure
but
is
Jimmy,
is
even
true,
if they did, that has nothing to do with us giving Brighton Colwill. Caicedo isn't going to say, "Well, I'm going to go to Chelsea now because you gave Brighton Colwill." If he wants to go to Arsenal,
That's what I'm saying. But I don't think nobody's gonna go to Arsenal.
It makes no sense.
Yeah, but nobody's gonna pick. Oh, I'm gonna go to Arsenal. They have Champions League. Nobody don't give a fuck about that, man.
yeah, but they will care if they can offer them more money.
Okay, but what does Colwill have to do with them offering more money?
Because Colwill could be tempting for them instead of taking money from Arsenal.
That
they can
has
take
nothing to
a
do
little
with
bit-
Caicedo.
Yeah, it could be though.
You just said Caicedo will want to stand for a Champions League club, but if we give Brighton more
No.
money,
I said Brighton. Brighton might be tempted to negotiate with us because we can offer them Caicedo, we can offer them Colwill and money, while Arsenal can only offer them money. They might be more tempted to keep Caicedo, to keep
that's not-
to
It don't
keep
matter what
Colwill
they're
and
tempted by,
make
though.
money.
It's not. If Caicedo says, "I only want Arsenal," they're going to take 80 million from Arsenal, and they're
Yeah.
going to come back to us and say, "Here's 40 million. Here's 50. Do you still want to sell them?" That's the way it goes.
Not always. They could accept us like
That's
how we
literally
do
how
with the
it
money
goes.
and him, man.
Alright.
Because they already seen what they can do. They don't have to accept Arsenal.
That's what I said. That's what I told
Yeah, but they can't accept
the club. The club can tell Caicedo, look, the club has to agree to Caicedo's deal no matter what, even Caicedo.
Yeah.
It's
No,
it.
no, so here's
he
where,
just signed the
here's where-
contract as well. Don't
Here's where
forget
you're gonna
that.
have
They're the
problems,
ones
and
who
here's what
control
you guys don't understand. Because I think you're saying if we offer 70, and let's say Arsenal offers 70, they can just reject Arsenal 70 and take our 70 because we're giving them Colwill instead. That's not the way it works. If
that
Caicedo
is
wants to
how
go
the
to
way it works,
Arsenal,
though.
he's going to sue because you have to give a reason why you're not accepting. their
Ah,
offer.
my word! Like
nope.
this is not a hot coffee on the spilled on a groin. You can sue. The problem is,
Are you crazy?
what's his name?
Do you think you can stop a player from going somewhere else for the
No,
exact same
that's
money?
not what I'm saying. That's
the
not
way
what I'm
football works.
saying.
This just happened with Leeds. Leeds wanted to
Oh
take
my
our
God,
offer.
that's not what
No,
I'm
hold
saying.
on. Leeds wanted to
No,
take
you
our
hold on.
offer.
That's not what I'm saying. That you interrupted and said it. That's
I
not what I'm
didn't interrupt. I
saying.
started the conversation. But go ahead though.
You're saying that if it's an offer, it was the same. If we offer Colwill, the offer is gonna be bigger than him, than Arsenal's. And that's
No, but
the
he said
ground,
70 plus Colwill.
and that's the ground for tournament, and that's the ground for them say no, we don't accept Arsenal offer.
Yep.
Explain how that works, because they value Colwill at
Easy.
40 million. Explain it.
Easy. For example,
Because
both clubs.
to get Colwill, bro. That's why.
No, both clubs offer the same amount of money. One of them has a Colwill. They can say the Colwill is more value to us than, for example, this S&P. It's it.
What?
What do you mean,
That makes
what?
no sense. So if we offer 40 million plus Colwill, because they value Colwill at 40 million, that's what they want to sign him for, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
40.
And Arsenal offer 80 million, they're gonna say, no, we'll sign. That means we're still giving the player up for the value of 80 million. That means if we just give them 80 million, they're gonna accept 80 million.
No, but the Colwill is worth more to them than the 40 million. They would rather keep Colwill than make that
He's
40.
not
bro.
worth
That's what I'm saying. That they can tell. I was explaining you your lawsuit stupid idea, saying that if they wanted to be, if he's gonna sue, he can say no. That guy is more valuable then what they offer is straight up cash. McChicken? Anybody? A spicy chicken? Chick-fil-A?
I don't know, man. I would happily sacrifice Colwill.
I don't
Swap deals don't even happen anyway. But
yeah, you know this Havertz news, yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, the club don't want to drop the prices yet. It's too early in the market. If you start dropping prices now, you're gonna be taken for a fool. So I think we'll hold until July, August. Then we'll see some of these players who might decide to drop the price.
Yeah,
So
this isn't a bad difference. Like 10 million plus add-ons. I'm very confident in this. This isn't anything to worry about.
Yeah, but you just want Havertz gone though, Lewis.
Well, yeah. So I should be worried that we want more than what Madrid want. No, this is 10 million.
No, I think he will leave.
You gotta wait till some of these dominoes fall. Once people options get smaller, then they know they gotta spend money. Right now, all the options are open, so everybody could talk big shit. But once Martinez gone, Kane is gone, that one's gone, then you can't talk shit no more because you ain't in the place of the power. So there's no reason for the Chelsea to lower the price of anybody right now.
But Jimmy, if they get Lautaro Martinez or Kane, they're not gonna go again for Havertz. They don't need him anymore.
But somebody else will. There's other teams that's looking for strikers or number 9s that play off the wing that could do everything. Cruyff turn.
Off the shoulder, you mean?
Yeah, off the shoulder.
Off the shoulder, drifting, roaming,
yeah, all that shit.
But yeah, I feel a bit
confident with this one. There's no need to rush.
I don't know. I'm worried about Caicedo because Arsenal might bid for him.
Oh, that's different.
I don't know if you guys. Well, we probably have spoken about though, but 70 plus 10 for Mount. Is anyone worried about that?
Bro, they're not gonna pay 70 for him with 1 year left on his contract. No way.
No, if the Qatari take over United, I think the man.
I don't know. Like again, it's early on in the window. I feel like
even with this Mount one again, it's not gonna be resolved quickly. We're gonna hold on to our valuation until there's a point where someone has to blink first.
Yeah, but I think eventually it will be us because this one we actually have to push for. Havertz, we don't necessarily need to sell. He's got 2 years left.
Yeah, because he has 2 more years.
Left. We could pretend that we're only going to sell him for that amount, but eventually, if no one puts that amount, we're going to have to drop it.
Because think again, maybe Pochettino can come because enough again, because might build a relationship with Mount, so to a point where Mount feel like okay, I trust this man, and I feel like staying here.
They're going to negotiate if that's their plan is to price him out. It's not going to work. They're going to have to negotiate the deal. You're gonna have to sell for 60 or maybe 55 plus 10.
Yeah,
that's what. But obviously, you can't come out in your first thing. Oh, we want 55 plus 10. Then United's gonna come with 35 plus 10. You know what I'm saying? So it's just negotiations. The same thing we're trying to do with other clubs. They're trying to do with us.
That's all that is. No reason to panic. Only the 9th of June, and. Yeah.
The only player I feel
Gallagher, like 50 million on his head.
Only player I feel like is Ruben.
He's not leaving.
I think Ruben will stay.
Who?
Ruben.
Ruben is leaving.
No,
he's not. I think Loftus-Cheek will stay.
Anyhow, fellas, I got a bounce.
His move to Madrid to AC Milan's on pause, but it's only 15 million for him, so I'm sure we'll find somebody.
Yeah, he's gonna go. But you have to worry about Havertz. Havertz is not leaving.
Havertz is gonna stay here until he dies, bro.
No,
he's the one I feel the most confident about leaving. Him and Mount. Madrid aren't far off in negotiations. Mount, he ain't re-signing, so he's gonna have to leave.
Again,
I think Gallagher might be the one that stays if it's anyone in the free. Probably be Gallagher. He's got enough years on his contract. Doesn't need to move. Don't even think he wants to move. So. Yeah, I think if it's anyone, it'll probably be him. Big up to OG Harmony saying, why do we have to be at the mercy of Brighton as if they haven't fleeced us all season? There's other decent options in the market. Zubimendi's release clause is 60 million.
Zubimendi
I thought Zubimendi's going Barcelona, though. That was the last time I heard.
With what money, bro? With what money, bro? They don't have
money to pay. Also don't have any money, and like they're looking at Amrabat.
Yeah, everybody
actually need to sell. Barcelona need to sell.
Everybody's going
to the guy they're looking at now is a centre back, and they can't even afford to sign him because of the fact.
And plus, Zubimendi is from Sociedad. His team's just qualified for Europe. He's so loyal to that team. I don't think he's leaving.
He might not, he might not leave because I heard he didn't even want to sign for Barcelona. He wanted to stay. So.
Oh, what in January? Yeah.
Yeah, maybe maybe he's one of those weird kids that really loves his club. But listen, there's other kids out there. Even in this under-20 tournament, there was some gems in there. I'm not saying that's what we should go for, like our number one option. Paulinho for me would be my number one option. He's 27. It's the right age. You can get him for 40, 45.
Yeah.
You can develop these young guys that you spend a lot of money on that are supposed to be superstars. Like Santos at 18, we see what the 18-years are doing now, like Alavia. 1 year in the Premier League, we're talking about getting him for 50 million. You know what I'm saying? So if we need an experienced player to come in to partner Enzo, maybe he's not a world-class player, but he doesn't need to be. Sometimes you just need a player who's very good, who can stabilize things where the world-class talent can kind of grow. So, if that's how you have to pivot, you can still pivot. And then you just see what happens next year and see who you can sign, see what your young players are like doing, and just move from there. But you can't go and sacrifice everything because of Caicedo. I like Caicedo, but my nigga, he's not fucking like you do that for like attacking players. Not like we're doing this shit for fucking center backs and DMs and shit. Nah.
But what's the point of us like building this so-called project if we're gonna keep like missing out on our targets?
What targets have we missed out on?
Because that's what we've done under Roman Abramovich. We keep getting the second tier.
No, I'm saying under this project, what targets have we missed out on? I don't think we've missed out on a single target. Rafinha, yeah, that we worked away from
as well.
Kunde.
What was that?
Yeah,
Rafinha under this board. Rafinha,
I'm not including basically anything that happened in the summer.
That shit doesn't count. I'm saying under this board when they went for even Mudryk, they went and got him. Even though I didn't like that deal. When they went for Enzo,
Mudryk wasn't their first choice. It was
he was their first choice.
It was Leao.
It was their first choice.
No, it was Leao.
Then they would have signed
they didn't even try for Leao. So Leao was Leao. I hate when fans do that. That was fans' first choice.
That was my first choice.
Yeah,
everybody's first choice.
Chelsea didn't.
We were interested in Leao until.
But that was clearly that Win Stanley guy or whatever, or one of those guys. That was their first choice. They really wanted him. So, and they paid 100 mil. So it's not like they couldn't afford to go for Leao. Like they bid 80 million for him in summertime. They could have signed him if they wanted to, but they.
No, he stayed in Milan, bro. He wanted to stay in Milan.
In January, he might have made the deal, but either way, my point is, when they went for Gusto, they signed Gusto. Even though we thought, oh, he's young, he wouldn't want to compete with Reece, blah blah blah. They still signed him. You know what I mean? They were able to get Badiashile in. My thing is this: is not even about compromise. Most of your signings are like maybe 60% usually work out anyway. So going for the blockbuster every single time, like the biggest 80 million, 90 for this, it's probably not the best deal, best thing to do. If you can make a deal like Paulinho, 45 million for a 27-year-old, I think that's a great deal.
Where's the cussing? Every time anybody
Paulinho's got like 4 years left. I'm just not I'm down for Paulinho. I just don't know if it's realistic.
Yeah, I mean for King Ransom.
Do people not think we're still a big club? Like I know we finished in a low position, but like it's Fulham. They don't.
Yeah, well, but whose fault is that though, Daniel? We finished in a low position. It's their fault.
Okay.
They hired us a joke manager. They bought us players from the Ukrainian league. It's their fault. Where I stand on this is they're the reason where we are, and they need to make up for it. So far, I'm not convinced with what they're doing. The signings that they signed, Mudryk should never be a Chelsea player. He's not on that level.
You don't think he can get to that level?
I don't know, man. That's hindsight again. Like there is time when I watch him, I'm like, this is a Sunday League player, bro. Like, I swear to God.
But
and I was optimistic about him when I first saw him.
The reality is, when you sign 9 players, you should only really expect 5 of them to be really good for you. You're not going to be 100% on every
but I don't think we have 5 of them.
So it's other than Enzo. The main problem is that we went big for almost every single signing.
I honestly don't think we went big though, Daniel.
Or 65
overpaid for a lot of players.
70 on for Fofana, 60 plus 40 on fucking Mudryk. Based on what? 1,000 Ukrainian minutes?
That I agree with you. That's
He
what I'm
barely
saying.
played
Like,
10 games each season in the.
but
in
Daniel,
the
I agree with you. The Mudrik was a mistake for me. That we shouldn't have signed that player.
I'm saying we went all out for everybody. It only worked out for me is where I've seen that it's clearly worked out is Enzo, and just
Yeah,
because
I agree. I agree with you. And it's the only one who worked out.
yeah,
So
but
I'm saying,
he too we overpaid for. So that's just what
bro,
we're doing.
we
Right
did
now.
overpay, but I think he'd be a good player for us in the long run. The other ones, I can't say that they're gonna come good though.
No. What I'm trying to tell you is this: when you're overpaying, right, the principles of not all signings are going to work. It's still going to apply to you, regardless of you overpaying or not. So that was our number one problem: is we're overpaying for everybody. It worked out with Enzo because he is a good player, but we also are looking kind of shaky with the other guys. We're looking at Sterling. Should we even pay 45 for 1 year left? You know what I mean? We're looking at Mudrik. Is he even good? We're looking at
I don't know.
Cucurella. I don't know about him. Fofana is injury prone. So every other big signing that we made is shaky. The only one we're looking at and we're saying this was a hit is Enzo.
And maybe Badashi, you don't think Badashi was decent?
It wasn't big money though. I'm
But
saying
not
big
the
money.
problem
I'm saying
is-
guys, Cucurella 65. Fofana,
I don't know. For
70
me,
million.
if I'm honest, I'm not convinced with the recruitment at all.
Mudrik 60. Like, come on. I'm not. These guys.
I think what they want is nice on paper, but I think in reality, it's the reason we failed. I don't think it's solely on the manager. The fact that they think they can build a whole team just with young players, I don't think that's a possibility, man.
But
And I would love to be
I'm
proven
not
wrong.
blaming.
But
I'm
who
not.
said they
hold on.
building a whole team on just young players?
It's mostly young players, though. Most of the players we bought are young players.
Yeah, so far, but are we done buying?
But the players we're linked with are young as well, though. I think where I stand on this, yeah, I think we
So
need
okay, hold on. So before we
a
even go
senior
on a
striker.
tangent,
We need a senior
what older
midfielder.
players do you think we should get? That's all I'm asking. What
Paulinho,
older-
bro. Paulinho.
No, but
yeah,
he
Paulinho
he
wouldn't be a
doesn't
bad
want
shout, to be honest.
Paulinho. He
Oh
does.
shit, flawless,
He-
right?
That's what that's what I was saying. That him and the kids, man.
Hold on. Let me cook. Kai's
Josh,
gonna
how is
say
this ownership
Paulino
agenda if we
played for
finished our worst
Fulham.
season since
Fulham
the
and
90s, bro?
shit. We don't need Fulham shit players. That's what Kai's gonna say.
Come on.
So
son.
I
No,
want
I'm not
Kai
gonna
to
say
tell
that.
me
I am not
who's
gonna
the
say that.
veteran
No.
players we should be going after.
But also, we can't complain about buying kids when Caicedo is 21.
No, I want Kai to tell me who's the veteran players we should be going after. At any position you think we need, name me the veteran guys we should be going after.
The only one.
And don't tell me you're not a scout because you was a scout enough to know about fucking Ugarte.
No, I did. First of all, I'm not a scout. But the reality is,
I just said don't tell me you're not a
The
scout. I know
owners
you're not a
failed last
scout.
season.
You're a
Last
fucking
season we
stripper.
failed, and that's not even. You can't even argue the fact that we failed last season. You can't even argue
I'm not
that most of
arguing
our
that.
signings
You
didn't
said
work
we
out.
should be going after veteran players.
Yeah, we
what
should. We
veterans
should.
are available?
We should.
Who?
We should go for a striker. We should go for either Vlahovic
Well,
or
Vlahovic
Kane.
is not a veteran. He ain't got nothing on his
23.
fucking CV.
He's
What he
23.
got?
Yeah,
I
but
think
but I'm
if
not
you look
saying
at veteran, yeah.
don't. Again, I'm not saying don't
Brozovic.
sign young players. I'm
You
saying
can sign
sign young
Brozovic.
players who have experience, who are able to fill the shoes that we are signing. Because a lot of the players we're signing, like, who are just potential. Like
I
Mudrik
think
is
we
just
should sign
potential.
Brozovic.
When you
from
watch him
Inter
play, he
Milan.
doesn't have much to show, man.
Yo, you keep basing everything. But you keep mentioning Mudrik. Who else are you talking about?
I'm talking about also Nooni. I'm not convinced with Nooni as well. I think he makes a lot of mistakes on the transition.
Oh man, nobody not worried about it. Nine's fine. Like y'all guys
They're not
over
fine.
fucking.
Fine.
He's not fine.
He's
Are they
fine.
though?
He's a
To which
good
level are they
player.
fine,
Like
though?
y'all dudes judge like everybody's gonna touch the pitch and just be a fucking world beater. We
Bro,
paid
I'm not asking them to
$30-something
world
million.
beat. I'm asking them not to be 12. I'm asking not to be 12. I don't think I'm asking for a lot. For asking for Chelsea players not to be 12.
So
to score more than double-digit goals. I don't think I'm asking too much.
I'm
Bro.
asking you, Kai. Who? How much should we be spending and on who?
But I'm just fucking give you names. You just don't like them, bro.
Who?
I think in
told you we
midfield, son Brozovic from Inter Milan.
Why would Brozovic come to Chelsea though? Realistically,
What? Money, I guess.
Y'all dudes be saying, "Oh, we should be signing veterans." Who? Like who are these
Jimmy,
veterans?
Jimmy, Jimmy, are Chelsea Football Club failing or
I
not?
have one.
Yo, they
failing or
had
not?
a bad season.
My
You
God.
talking about failing? Do you know what it is to say something is failing?
I'm tired of the excuses. Did we fail last season or did you succeed? We failed.
They had a
right?
bad season. Yes, I didn't disagree.
Okay,
They just
but we
had a
failed.
bad season.
We failed. Yes or
failed.
no? Yes or no? We failed or no?
Didn't I just say yes?
Okay, so
We-
something
we-
that we
we
did,
did get to
something that we
40
did last
points.
season obviously was wrong.
That
Wasn't
felt like a
correct.
success.
So we need to change that. Correct?
We scored more goals than
That's
the
why they hired a new manager and they're looking to bring in new players.
But they look at the same
More than
profile
Kane.
of players that they looked at before.
Yeah.
But you know, they bringing in a new manager and new players. What
I
more
will
could they
see.
do?
I will see what they do. I will see what they do by next window. I will just.
All
be
right, so
mad.
how could you complain now then?
Because I'm not Jimmy. I'm not happy where my club is, bro. That's me. I'm very
But they
passionate about my club, and I'm not
can't
happy
be
where my club is.
complaining about something
I'm not
they
happy
can't
with us.
fix yet.
I'm not happy with us letting the so-called targets gets away
Go.
from us.
But the
Yeah.
target they just let go is young anyway. Ugarte
I'm
is
not talking
fucking
about age
young.
only, though. I'm not talking only about age. I'm talking about
He's
ability as well.
young. He's
There are
22.
players.
He didn't
Look,
play no bunch of football. He's 22.
Let me give you an example. Yeah. Let me give you an example.
That's what
Hazard
I've been
at
asking you to
22.
do.
Hazard at 22 already has talent compared to what we have now at 22, right? He has talent. I'm not. Age
Why
is
are you
irrelevant.
bringing up
I'm
a
talking about
world-class
experience
player?
and ability.
You didn't even
current
know
ability.
Hazard was going to be Hazard. So give me another
Yeah, but we
example.
no. You could see Hazard.
No,
Lewis, could we
you
see
couldn't
Havertz?
see.
Yeah, you
You
could,
couldn't
bro. He was
see.
breaking records in Ligue 1. He was breaking records like.
Oh
I
my
don't know.
God! So what? Nobody thought he was gonna be what he
I was
was.
just gonna bring this up, and I'm not gonna.
Who are we
say
talking about, by the way? Because I've missed who are we talking about?
Hazard at 21.
Look, Sky. As much as
Hazard at 21. Hazard at 21 won Player of the Year in fucking France.
That's
was
what I'm
winning
saying, bro. They're telling me, oh,
Look. Hold on a second. Quick.
As football players, where they stand in the world football as football players. That's what
I will say I've missed the whole conversation or most of it, so I was just asking who you were talking about. Like,
Look, Kai. I all respect you, but sometimes when you I don't think you mean it when you're saying it, and I'm realizing right now when you're saying it, the young kids, it's because majority of the players that you don't respect become
I didn't say I don't want young
Dude,
players.
do you see the pattern that this is the reason why I did it on you yesterday?
Again, you guys don't listen. You guys don't
No.
You
Kai,
don't listen to what you say.
hold on, Kai, wait.
Let me explain myself.
Kai, wait. I didn't finish saying before for you to.
I say I don't mind young players. I say I want young players who have the experience and the current ability where they
Yes, I agree with you.
Young players with experience don't even make sense. That don't even.
Kai, hold on. Pause. Look, Kai, it doesn't matter. You're right. I know what you mean. I'm just trolling you about the kids. The question for me is, you're out of your mind if Chelsea can sign all those players at the level of Hazard when he was coming.
I didn't say
you're high. No. Let me tell you how high standards are, because Kai Havertz was amount is like he wasn't doing the records like Hazard did, but he was one of the highest prospects in the world of football before he joined Chelsea. Do you understand that?
I understand. And
I'm saying is you saying at Hazard, which has worked out well, and he fulfilled his ability. You cannot do this all the time. You cannot find those kind of things. This is why it's only Daniel was right when he said it's only 60% of the recruitment actually works.
But for us, it's even less than 60% is worked.
Our recruitment's been terrible, bro.
But that's what you're saying. But it's not about how it's what you're saying. It's how you're saying it at the same time. I can't believe I'm actually saying it because I'm the worst at it. But the way you're saying it, it's like you're disregarding it, discarding it completely. That's it.
All I said is our club failed last season, and we need to do whatever we can do in order for us to be back at the pack, or we will end up like Arsenal. We will end up. A lot of people think, "Oh, we're too big to end up like Arsenal."
This be the shit that I be talking about. That
Jimmy,
crybaby. Now you turning into a crybaby.
Our squad
it was
is a
one
joke.
season.
People don't realize how much of a joke we are.
Don't give me this
we are a
Arsenal
joke.
shit.
There's
with
a reason
one
why we finished
season.
12th. We're not a good football team. We're not. We don't
It's
even do the
one
basics
season,
right.
bro. It's one
season.
season.
Finishing 12th, our worst ever, is not something
It's
to look
still
down
one
upon.
season.
Everything's gonna be fine.
It's still one
so
season.
next season we're gonna win the league
fuck.
because one season we were 12th.
I don't care if we finish 17th. It's still one season. It's not a pattern. It's one season.
It's more than just but it's one season.
It's not more than just one season. It's one season. It's literally
Whatever,
one season.
You know what? Whatever. We have the best owners in the world. They're doing everything.
Yeah,
fine.
Nobody
Recruitment is
said
fine,
that.
and the squad is fine. No,
I
I'm
agree
tired
with
of
you.
arguing
I
with
agree
bro.
with you. Our recruitment's not been good enough.
I'm
Like,
tired of this, man. We're 12. Just a coincidence. We just stumbled upon it, bro.
No,
We just 12, we stumbled upon it.
Can I say something? Can I say something? You know, when you sign young players here, I don't mind signing them. It's a certain position on the pitch, in my opinion, at least. Yeah, midfielder, a centre back, and a goalkeeper. You have to sign someone who has some experience. I don't mind the wingers like Modric, Madueke. It's fine because it's not as it's not gonna impact your team as bad. But if you put a 16-year-old in your midfield and expect him to hold your team down, or 16-year-old in goal, that's where you have issues. I don't mind them signing these young players, but in certain positions, we need certain characteristics. It's not necessarily age, maybe experience in terms of like games they've played, situation they've been, especially in midfield. You can't gamble in midfield.
I think it's just about finding the right fit. I just don't think we've actually got a good manager in and given them the players that they actually want. I think
I can't believe it. I will actually agree with this guy. I think the biggest problem with Chelsea we are getting the wrong managers.
And when we had Tuchel, it didn't seem like he actually got any of his players. I don't know how many of those players.
Better coaches, and we would have competed for
Boy,
Europe.
here we go again. Now nobody got their players. Nobody gets anything.
No, I'm not saying no one's got their players, but clearly we haven't given like one manager.
Jimmy, no, I'm not saying that. I only agree with the fraud about the managers are wrong. I didn't say nothing about we're buying players for them. I don't think any manager should be buying all players for the squad because I don't rate the managers that much. It should be a separation.
That is a wild statement, Josh. If we didn't know what recruitment was like, how come we were the most successful club in England for the last 20 fucking years, bro? That is a mad statement, bro. That is a mad statement.
5 more minutes and then we gotta go because
how can a club not be a recruiting club? What?
Why is it bad statement? He's right.
Because
That's exactly what we did. So I don't know what the fuck
recruitments.
Kai talking about. That's exactly what we did. We bought
If
big
we
names.
made bad recruitments, as the Roman era, we wouldn't have been where we are. We got some of the best football players in Europe, bro, at the time.
Name the young ones we got. Name the young ones we got.
Yeah, because we bought proven players, but that's still recruitment. You know,
that's
Josh,
still recruitment.
Go to Google right now.
Man, we bought fucking proven players, man. Get out of here.
That's still recruitment. That's still recruitment.
Ain't no fucking recruitment. We
Real Madrid
splash
buys
cash.
proven players as well. Real
We
Madrid buys proven.
splash cash.
We never
But that's
splash
what a
cash
big
like
club
we
does.
do now.
That's what Bayern Munich does. That's what fucking Real Madrid does. That's what City does. That's what big
Yes,
clubs do.
Josh.
We're not
Splash
Southampton.
crash. We didn't
Our
recruit
recruitment
shit.
should be the elite of the elite. It's still recruitment, though.
That's why my joke is always going to be, even I can do recruitment for the first team.
Exactly.
There's not much recruitment to do.
Yeah, but that's
and
what
it's
you
up
should
for.
do. That's what you should do. Big club. Big clubs should target big players, not mediocre players from your club.
That's what I'm saying. But that big clubs.
Hold
on, Jimmy.
Wait. Name the unknown player we brought into Chelsea.
Many of them.
To Chelsea first team.
Yeah, name them. Hold on, wait, Alex.
It doesn't
Name
exist.
them.
That's never what the
How
club
many of us?
ever
No,
has done.
No. Wait. I will
Man,
say
we splash
that
cash.
Trophy is like the only one I have. But yeah, other than that.
And what about Nuni?
We splash fucking cash.
Yeah,
Is any of us
Roman's
Nuni?
recruitment
Oh
was.
yeah,
what's
Nuni
your-
as well.
What's your
I've never
wire
heard of
number?
I'm
And
talking
I'll
about
have a
Roman
check in
era.
a minute.
That's already like 50% of the signings, bro.
I'm talking
Roman
about
era.
Roman era.
What? Who
Yeah, but
did
we didn't need to
actually
buy
did
unknown
something
because we were a big
achieve
club.
things for
Our
us?
goal was to win trophies, not to develop young kids, bro. That's not our job. That's Southampton's club job, bro.
You just said we have recruitment.
But that is, look at the definition of recruitment, bro. What is the definition of recruitment?
One sec.
Man, not when you just go and sign in fucking big names everybody know
Big
about.
name is
That ain't
still
recruitment.
Yeah, but
Still, the
recruitment is
definition of
recruitment, bro.
There is I think you're referring to recruitment
Good
of
statement.
young
Recruitment
potential.
is
That's
recruitment.
different.
Thank you for
Yeah,
that.
but this
That's
guy is
different.
saying that buying big names isn't recruitment.
That's what
That
they were
still
doing,
counts as
dummy. I mean,
that
holy
still
shit.
counts as recruitment.
Look, can you hold on a second? Yo, think
Recruiting
and
is
perk.
scouting,
Yo,
talking
think and
to
think
players,
over it.
watching film,
Hold on a
looking
second.
at young
Think and
guys that
think
no
it.
one's heard of. This is
Yeah.
recruitment. These are things that
Nope, that's
recruiters
not
do.
what recruitment
No,
means. Yeah, you got- that's the
recruitment.
definition of
All right,
recruitment.
Kai.
Recruitment is who
That is
you
tell me about
hire.
recruiting, Kai.
That is wrong definition
My
of recruitment,
God, did anybody understand what we're saying? Like, the biggest numbers, the biggest players come to Chelsea and Abramovich for the first team. Or usually the reason we got him because we could afford to buy him.
Exactly. It wasn't no recruitment. We fucking
It wasn't
went to Boston.
recruitment.
Wait. But that 100 that we spent on Mudryk could have spent on a better player who's already
Why are you
proven.
talking about Mudryk when we
But
talking
Because
about
that's a
fucking
failure.
Roman?
That's a failure fucking transaction for us. That's why, man.
Oh my word! But
That's
that,
just Chelsea
What
invested
are
a
you
lot of money
talking
on.
about?
That's all I'm
See,
saying.
Kai
That's why
has
you
these
Mudryk.
weird, Kai has
Because
these weird
Mudryk
little
was a
things
big
that,
money
like,
signing.
if you
that
just
failed.
listen to him talk, you can like hear. He'll like he'll make them plain as day to you. But he has like these weird little things that he'll jab in here and there to try to make a non-existent point. But
Yeah, like what the
Mudryk
fuck?
hasn't even
Like,
played a season at Chelsea.
how is
To know how
Mudryk
he's
a
a failure
failure?
signing.
These
And we
owners
just
failed
signed
last
him.
season. Whatever you and Jester can love them because they're Americans, whatever. They failed.
Okay,
Last
there
season
we
they
go. See,
failed.
there it is. There's
Yo,
another
here
one
we
of those little
go. Here we
jabs.
go.
There's
And
another
this
one of
got
those
no
little things he
God.
gets to sneak in.
Failed.
Yeah, that's
Go
it.
ahead.
Bro,
Keep
what's up
sneaking
with
them
that
in, Kai. You
xenophobic
sound
shit y'all
super
be on,
smart.
You're gonna
bro?
love it. We failed. Last season we failed. Our worst ever season.
No shit.
For the
Fuck
last
stick. Who
99
said we
years.
did good?
Yeah, we
What does
failed.
that have to do with the owners?
Why
Yeah,
do y'all
because
gotta throw in?
you're
You
telling
think
me
people
you're
love
telling me
somebody
you're
because
telling me
they're
our recruitment
American? Who
was good.
gives a fuck that they
You're
American?
saying our recruitment is good. How can our recruitment be good if we finish 12th? I
Oh,
cannot
Jesus
fucking
Christ,
fathom
Kai.
that.
Are you that dumb? Like, Kai, I
Kai,
know you're not
yo,
that
Kai,
dumb.
you,
Kai,
Kai, you
really
sorry,
don't
Kai,
take
you
did
saying
the
some
did
bad
the
shit,
that,
bro.
that our recruitment is
did
good.
recruitment is the reason we finished 12th?
Who
I
recruited
think
the
Kai,
manager? Who
are
recruited
you
Potter?
referring to
So, Kai,
Who
why
scouting?
was
recruited
you
Potter, bro?
bitching
Oh
about
my
Potter then?
God, man! Let
Who
him
recruited
answer.
Mudryk? Who
I think
recruited
it's
all these
scouting.
guys?
Mudryk
Never
came in
fucking played
January.
football,
Mudryk came in January.
Yeah,
What
all the
position
guys
were on the
they
table?
actually recruited
What
came in
position were
January.
on the What position Chelsea won in
Ninth.
January?
Ninth.
9,
We were ninth.
and we became 12th. And you solely blame on Mudryk that.
I'm blaming it on all most of the recruitment they signed, other than Enzo and Badiashile, all of them signings.
By the way,
pretty much
another
average,
thing,
bro.
Enzo came in January. So you
Yeah,
blaming
other
you
than
I'm
blaming
blaming
everybody.
everybody.
Hold on a
Guys,
second.
Guys.
Let me talk to him. You blaming the whole season on recruitment, where we actually the whole 11, the whole team, whole season, but you blaming on
Yes,
recruitment.
but because
Okay.
because the player that we
I
bought,
don't need to tell you nothing. You dig your own hole, man.
The
Sorry.
players that we,
I
no,
try to
no,
help,
no,
but you
no,
can't.
I'm completely in control of this. We bought players who are not good enough at the
You,
moment. The
you
current
look
unit
like
is not
you're
good
in
enough.
complete control of
We
it.
finished 12th. We finished 12th because we are not very good. Our players are not very good. You can try to spend it and tell me, oh, this and
Yes,
this.
but
the
don't
reality
say
is
that
our
recruitment is the
was
problem.
poor.
Don't say that recruitment is
Our
all the
was poor.
problem.
Our recruitment was poor. Us
This is
recruiting young
no.
players is
Why
hard.
are you
It's
blaming
not working.
recruitment when you
It
two
is
players
not
that you
working.
said that
That's why
recruitment
we went from
came in
3rd to
January?
12th. We went from 3rd to 12th because our recruitment is bad.
You
We
blaming
can
you
try
blaming
to
the recruitment when
yes.
we are finished 12th, and in the
What season we
January with
finished
the
last
players
season?
you blaming.
What season we finished last season? What position we finished last season?
But hold on a second. How many? Hold on. How many players since last season came to this season?
9.
9 players.
Okay.
So how you
How
blaming
many of them
the
were
whole
good? How many of them were good?
win?
How many of them were good from the new owners, the players that they signed? How many of them are good?
What's his name?
And I say Chelsea level good. Not don't give me like West Ham level. Even though they finished, we finished below Aston Villa and all these guys. Give me Chelsea level of players that we signed that were good.
It's yet to be determined because I'm not jumping the gun based on 1 year.
Okay, but I'm talking about this season so far. Alex, come on, you're a smart guy. Based on this season that we played last season.
Yeah, but
how
I
many
don't
of them
think it's
succeeded?
recruitment. I'm saying it's actual manager. That's the problem for me.
I don't think it was.
You
only
blaming the
manager.
players.
Bro, it's
No,
easy to only blame the
within the
manager
game.
when all the players are playing.
Within the game.
So, Kai, it wasn't the manager. All that bitching you did about Potter was for what then?
Potter was a failure as well, but so are the players. So are the players also have to
Oh,
blame.
get the fuck! When I was saying it was the players, you were saying it was the
No,
manager.
but you were saying it's solely the
Oh
players.
no,
It's
fuck
the players
that,
and
fuck
Potter.
that. No. When I came in here and I said, don't blame the fucking manager, blame the players, you told me I was Potter
So I'm
in.
dealing with people at 20 IQ, bro.
Kai, keep cooking.
Our recruitment was bad. We failed. We're 12th. You know, I'm not
No,
gonna
you gotta
argue
run
with
off on
emotion.
that.
Reality
Nah,
is we're 12th.
I remember.
By the way,
remember.
recruitment and manager, signing a
Recruitment my
manager is
ass.
also under
When I
recruitment.
was saying it was the players, you said it
Guys,
was
you have a
Potter.
great day. I gotta go. See you guys.
Bro,
Listen,
isn't manager not under recruitment as well?
Bro, if you spend 600 million, I don't care which way you want to spin it, yeah?
Exactly. Like,
if you spend 600 million and Kai Havertz is still your striker, your recruitment is not good enough for a big club.
And your
Uh,
scouting is the one thing that people are now putting here. Your scouting
primarily.
Didn't they even scout the manager too, bro? Is the manager not a failure as well? Or is the manager also not recruitment? Because at least in most corporate world, recruitment is everyone who gets recruited by the club
If
as
you
an employee
spend
is
600 million and you finish 12th, you have not been good
you have
enough.
failed. You have failed. You can try to be emotional about all you want, but you failed.
And
That's all I'm saying. I'm not
Nobody
saying-
didn't fail, but we like how you just switching up everything what you say.
I
though.
didn't switch anything. I didn't know that I have to
Come back,
micro
man. You
like
switched
micro
it,
say
bro.
every
You
little
switched
thing. That's
it,
not how
bro.
debates
You
work. At least
switched
not in-
it, man. You switched
I didn't
it.
switch anything. I didn't switch anything. For
Yeah,
me,
during the season when I
for
said it was
me-
the players,
for
you
me,
said
Jimmy,
it was the
Jimmy,
manager.
respectfully, bro. For me, these owners failed miserably last season.
Facts.
And I hope they turn it
Facts.
around, but so far we failed.
Facts.
So far we failed. I'm not saying that they might not
argued
turn
that.
it around, but we failed. We need
No,
to accept
nobody
it. In
argued
order-
that.
One thing I learned in life, yeah, once you fail, you can blame everybody else. But as soon as you accept the fact that you failed and move on from it and try
That's
to
when you're
improve
going to
it,
move forward.
that's when you move forward. You can say, oh no, it's because of this or because of this, but blaming in every corporation that I fucking worked with, it's impossible for you to blame one person for failure because failure
Exactly.
on this level
That's-
has to be through two different, multiple different people, man.
Right, but
It's not based
guys,
on one
we have to
person.
wrap up. I've got to be on Dan Potts' channel, so check that out. But head over to Lawrence's channel. Gonna raid Lawrence. They're doing the end of season tier list. I know you guys like that.
Bro, I
Check
swear,
it
fucking
out.
get an IQ of 80, bro. Fucking burger flippers, man. Anyway, man, move on. Man.
All right, keep cooking, bro. Keep cooking.
Bro,
And
it's
by
like
the
I
way,
have
yeah,
IQ
Nottingham
of
Forest
children,
like that
man.
Maybe,
That's
yes.
what it is, man.
Fabrizio tweet, so keep a look.
Chubby Hazard, I bet you wanted to keep cooking.
It's all mad. But yeah, we're heading over to Lawrence's channel. Check them out. Hit the
Look
like
at
button.
that
Subscribe,
crybaby ass.
and we're out up the shelves.